to the Most High and the Son.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh.
And double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone that have taught us this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Brakatah to the elect overall. Right? And just getting a couple of things, sorted out, and then we're going to go right into it. It doesn't matter, brother. We're just going to go by the spirit. Whatever we need to get into, we'll get into it. Hey, brother, you don't have to put the light on.
No.
No.
Go ahead.
Like when it gets real dark, you can do that.
Yeah.
You're going, brother. Actually, you can get that scripture. When you put for, yeah. Yeah. This is the book of Job 24, starting at verse 23. Though it be given to him to be in safety, whereon he resteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways. They are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. Yeah. They are taken out of the way as all other, and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn. Yeah. And that's always been the reality among these nations. These nations always had a little moment in their time to shine in the sun, so to speak. And as what has been had in California, overall Atlanta, even onto Hollywood, there's just been a lot of fires to the point of thousands of people, about hundreds of thousands, by the way, had to evacuate. It was is what I found out. It was reported is that 130,000 people had to evacuate. All right, these are of course well-to-do people, actresses and actresses and everything, right? And that whole entire area is just continuing to burn. And of course, my what I think has gone with that, of course, is that that's been set up. Direct energy weapons. Yeah. What is it called? The acronym is DEW. Yep. So that's what's been had. That's just what I'm going with on this, because it ain't got it ain't got nothing to do with no heat in regards to the weather today. Because come on, it's winter time, all right? We're actually in the dead of winter. So how could that situation be had naturally? So they use this, what as the brother said, the DEW. All right? Direct, energy weapons, right? Yeah. Same thing they did to them people in Hawaii. It's quite similar. All right? This is Amos 3:6, if I may. Yeah, go ahead. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid? Yeah. Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahweh hath not done it? Right, and have the Lord have not done it. So we know that the Lord has every little thing to do with that. Now, everybody has their own kind of view of that. Some may say that was man-made or whatever, but at the end of the day, man's goings are the Lord. So whether it was man-made or not, the Lord orchestrated it. You know what I'm saying? And if people die out of that situation, guess what? It was the Lord the same way. So that situation over there is just going to probably get worse and worse. And plus, I was looking at a little bit of the news, and there was no fireman there. There was no one there to actually mitigate the situation, and they're just allowing it to burn down. So the whole thing is just possibly 99% set up. But ultimately, you see the Lord. Go on, brother. Another precept on the point is Psalms 17, verse 13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, right, which is thy sword. Right, deliver my soul from the wicked, and this is what we're looking for. But we know that the going must get real tough before we're delivered and saved. All right, and so before we get to that point, it's just going to be hell. The Most High is going to come with a heavy load of hell in this case. To bring this civilization down. And that's just what it is, man. And we're in the beginning stages of it. And speaking about the beginning, we're in the beginning time of the year, so-called. All right? Well, what is it? 12 days into the new year. And shit is already happened. Shit is already going boom. Going on.
Psalm 68:20. He that is our power is the power of salvation, and unto the Most High the Lord belongeth the issues from death.
Absolutely. So again, if people died in that situation, then again it was the Lord. You see, the Lord is going to bring those kind of scenarios all around America to the point where that land is just going to be a no land. That's what that was a glimpse of. An indication going
It's a lot, yeah, but even on the point as well, it's like having a trailer before the actual movie. You know, California fires, you have it there. That's only like one state, but then for the rest of America with the 200 million missiles, that's going to be the full movie.
Yeah, that's going to be the real thing. Absolutely.
Go on, brother. Psalms 144, that's a nice number, and 4 says, man is like to vanity, his days are as a shadow that passes away. Bow down, bow thou heavens, O Yahweh, come down, touch the mountains, and they shall smote.
Right. And the key point that I want to elaborate on is the point that you read, where it mentions, when you read that for our lives is as a vapor. So all of those people that made a success in this world, right? From your actors, your actresses, and you know, various business people there, right? They did all of that just so that they could live and you know, the insurance that, you know, they have and all that. The company.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Can I make a point?
Go on.
Yeah, because you had this woman, she was, she kept it together, but you could see she wanted to just break down outside of the house that was burning down, or potentially going to burn down. And she said there's elderly women in there. These women are old. They're just going to be in there. And she said, ain't it strange, she said, that just before this fire took place, they revoked their insurance, their fire insurance. And then she started to, you know, you feel that the pain of her. She said, these women, what can they do? They're over 90 years old, so really they're just there sitting in the trap. They're just going to burn, man. You know, but I think they eventually they showed them getting them out in wheelchairs and stuff like that. But that's what's popular now. They're revoking insurance. Oh, the same with that comedian Gina Hasharay. Oh yeah, some of us who know about her. She was very popular. She's over there, living over there in America. She's over there. But she came out and she said, we lost everything, and we ain't got insurance. We know that's a big. They're all fools anyway. You know. But one more piece just to end off the point. Okay? Yeah, it says in 6 says, cast forth lightnings and scatter them, shoot out thine arrows and destroy them. Even if we're chariots was in amongst them, the chariots sent by the Most High. Going back to the point, man's going is of the Lord, and it's just that easy for the Most High to destroy man. Man is a breath. Coming from gold like a vapor.
And you know, and just to mention once again, those people, they work hard to be where they're at on the left hand side and doing left hand side shit. And now look what it resulted to. So, you know, once again, it's just to say one thing and one thing only. It's no really no point of trying to make it in a society if everything's gonna go on fire anyway. Plus, we know the end result of this society anyway. You know, so it really doesn't matter. What we need to be looking forward to is the excellence which will be, you know, without no end. And this is what we're getting into as we do these lessons, as we do, you know, the weekly show. Well, this is what we're working towards. Go on, brother. This is Proverbs 11 and verse 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. Righteousness delivereth from death. So it's about what we're doing, which is going to do that. All of this trying to accumulate wealth and trying to inspire to be something that you don't need to inspire to be, because you have no business or idea what it takes to be in terms of what they're doing, right? Guess what? When it's all said and done at the very end, when this world comes to an end, guess what? All of that is not going to take care of you. You're going to be put out of your misery, and basically that's not going to be living. What's going to deliver you is what we're doing. All right? And I know a lot of people don't really see the valuability of what we do, and that's fine, because people, they're so predicated of the world and the things of the world, but the things of the world are going to perish. Go on.
Matthew 16 and 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it.
Absolutely.
And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
Yeah. And that's where you want to be. You want to be that guy where you forsaken all and you are going, you pretty much, it's cold, brothers, very now. Like, that's what it's about. It's about forsaking all of your imagination and your inspirations and goals and turn that into this over here. All right? Do the work instead. Go on.
Help the point to get further. Reading on 26 now. For what is a man property if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
Right.
Or what shall a man gain in exchange for his life?
Right. Absolutely nothing. What you will gain when you give your soul to this is much more than greater. Because you know what I was thinking, right? You see what Satan does. Satan will give you the treasuries and blow your mind and have you deceived based on the treasuries he's giving you, right? And he's going to leave you one, and then at the very end he'll spit you out like he never had you. But you see what the Lord does, the way the Lord works, he'll bring you into his fold, and he'll allow you to suffer, and then at the very end he will give you the reward. And once you got the reward, you got to forget. Just a thought. Go on, brother.
Precept to support what you just said. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace.
Oh, well said. Absolutely well said. And that's just the thing, because the perfect man, which is a man of uprightness, and a man of uprightness is a man which will do what we're doing, which is to keep the commandments, right? Not trying to sound like the boys in purple here, but you get what I'm saying. And he's going to go through the sufferings that he has to go through, and at the very end, the end of that man is going to be what? Peace. Okay? Just like Yahweh Shai died on that cross. He went through all of the afflictions he had to go through, especially on that cross, which is the final set of afflictions, just so he can sit on the right hand of the Father. So in like manner, we have to go through what we got to go through to, be a pleasure in the eyes of our power. All right? Go on. No, he had a precept.
Yeah, this is Matthew 19:29. And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or land, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life.
Right. And that's what he was telling his disciples, Peter, and I believe it was Andrew too. Andrew was there in the midst, and Peter told him, look, what should we gain if we lose? And we forsake all that we have, because they were fishermen, right? And fishermen was a very lucrative business as well as it is still right now. So how much more back then? So Yahweh Shai told him, look, which still stands at this moment in time, if you forsake all that you have, you'll have that 100-fold. So when you serve the Lord, you gotta forsake your needs and your desires. Put that to the back burner and do as I say do, and then you'll reap the rewards later. Which that's how you really that's how life works anyway. Go on.
One more verse, this is verse 30, Matthew 19:30, but many that are first shall be last,
Absolutely.
and the last shall be first.
Right, and the last shall be first. Again, that's how Satan works. Satan will blow you up first and then bring you down later. The Lord will bring you down now and bring you up later. Simple as. And that's what most people don't understand. It's very simple, but that's what most people don't understand. And I didn't understand that fully. That saying just came to my mind. The Lord put that saying in my mind, But it's so true. Go on.
Matthew 7:24. Wherefore whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon the rock.
Yeah, because the Most High's way is absolutely perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It's good. So that's the only result you're gonna get is good out of it. When you go outside of the Most High's way, what are you gonna get? You're gonna get evil. All right, and that's why the world in general, this world is gonna experience evil on an astronomical scale because it's against the way of the Most High. All right, go on.
You do not 25.
It's like those people in Hollywood. They get a taste of it. You see, everybody's gonna get the same experience, and if not, even unto death. In this case. There's a lot of people, brother. A lot of people survived that. You know what I mean? Not many people died in that situation. But guess what? When the missile fire comes to collect, ain't nobody gonna escape from that. Go on.
And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock.
Right. Exactly. Go on.
That's one. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto the foolish man which built his house upon the sand.
Yeah. Go on, brother. You can break it down.
Yeah, because you've got these well-known or infamous celebrities. They're realizing now, the ones that are circulating around, that is the wrong move that they made. Some of them who left over from England, that comedian Gina Uk went over to set our foundations over there because that's where the money is. You get a comfortable life, it seems, but that's where, when Rain come in now, and she said she came on, she done her own little video saying that she's lost everything right now. All right, she may be a little bit rest assured because she can continue to make money at the moment, or she may have a villa somewhere, in Italy or whatever the case may be. That's not their main houses.
Right.
But when the time comes, as you say, the missiles, because this could be a Norman omen.
Yeah.
When the missiles come,
It is an omen.
yeah, there's not going to be nowhere to fall back on, no money to fall back on. Even if you got insurance, that's not going to save you. Yeah. And people talk about the tangibles, they're going to lose their tangibles. Yeah. And ultimately, as the scripture says, let me read 27. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the wind blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it.
Yeah. And that even includes those that claim to be in Israel too, because they know the right way and how to conduct themselves and how to preach the word, but they choose not to do it. So what's going to happen to them? Right. It's going to be the same thing, especially them, because they knew to do their fathers, but they chose not to do it. You see, so that's just the thing right there. But I get what you're saying in general. Those that, just like what I was saying, those that don't do what the Lord says to do, they're gonna just lose everything, as we just read earlier before. I want you to read that again, right? Where Yahweh Shah told Peter.
Yes, he read letters. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Yahweh Shah told Peter that whosoever shall save his life shall lose his life.
Oh, yeah, that one. I'll find that one again. Let's see now.
Maybe that was in
Yeah.
Go on, brother.
This is Revelation. You go?
Yeah, I got it. Oh, just see a judgment over there. Anyway, I can't.
What is this precept?
Someone just got lick off a bike there. Yeah. And that spot there, we see one last time at the same spot, did we not?
Yeah.
Where the two cars collided, and we heard it. So let me carry on reading. We're not surprised because this is where judgment. We're in the year of the hopeful year of our salvation and deliverance and judgment and just destruction and judgment upon the wicked. So when we see, look, it's small, but boy, it's an omen. Reading on Matthew 16 to the point what you asked for, and 26 says, for what if a man profited? What is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
No, that's not the one I call for. I call for the verse where it mentions that whosoever shall save his life.
All right, that's the verse up there. 25 of 16, Matthew 16 says. Yeah, I read it. For whosoever will save his soul, save his life, shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his soul for my sake shall find it.
Yeah. Because when you aspire to be rich and all that, what are you really looking for? Really, it's to do with the fact that you're looking to be comfortable. You want to get away from being poor because being poor is like living on the edge. You don't know if you're going to be able to pay your rent on time. You might lose your job. Things might happen to you to where you can't take care of yourself like you used to. So everybody wants to be rich, And plus, you got this inflationary problem as well, where life is more expensive. So, nowadays people are more in this mentality of chasing the dollar or the pound if you're in the UK. It's all about chasing that currency, right? But guess what? You having a lot of that currency doesn't mean you're going to escape issues.
Yeah.
Because even when you're rich, man, there's a whole other set of issues you got to deal with. You got to deal with people trying to rob you and all of that stuff. Because, a lot of the times to be really rich in this society, of course, you got to get into businesses, right? You got to bump heads with certain people, make sure that you're in good standing with certain people or whatever. But the people that you may be in good standing with could actually, do some underhand dealings to you, man. you know, and try to rob you. There's been a lot of Edomites that have been robbed by other Edomites, right? So it's you know, it's quite similar to being poor. You don't know whether you're going to be rich today and poor tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people that are poor, they think that, okay, if I become wealthy, then I'll be settled. No, you won't. You'll have another set of issues you have to deal with. Okay? Go on, brother.
Yeah, just to back you up, Elder, because when I read the one in Matthew 7, it says that the wise man built his house upon the rock, and when the rain comes, descended, it stood. So if we do endure to the end, the wise says that take this word and build on it. This word, which is the wisdom and knowledge, shall be the stability of thy time.
Right.
The house is built on a stable foundation, and we endure to the end. As you see, some of these other, you know, got the false prophets among us who are, they don't endure or they don't repent.
Right.
They're likened to the same as those in the world that built their house upon the sand. And we're seeing that this omen right now, the people that have they've life testimony for us, because they've shown that they've built their, they know themselves now they made a wrong decision, building their house upon the sand.
And just to include, even with Bishop Nathaniel has come out that he's worth, what, $155 million, right? So why did he do that for? For the same reason, like I was saying. He did it for comfortability. But guess what? At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, he's going to lose all. You know, as a matter of fact, Caleb, give you the scripture with, what is it, 1 Timothy 6. Where it mentions in regards to the topic, right?
Yeah.
Going on.
This is Sirach 31.
Yes, 6 and 10.
Sirach
The
chapter
love of money is the root of all evil. Going on.
Sirach chapter 31 and 1. Watching for riches consumeth the flesh, and the care thereof driveth away sleep.
Yeah, and you know what too, when you look at a lot of these business people that's worth you know, millions of dollars or billion, or you know, bunch of billionaires, they look stressed out. They look tired.
Yeah.
You know, because they have to constantly upkeep what they have. And it requires a lot of sacrifice that they gotta keep up with, you know. And that's just how it is in this world. And like I said, you gotta deal with other people that you might be linked into. They may try to rob you. There's, like I said, there's been plenty of successful people that have went from being successful to being broke on their ass to homelessness too. You know? So again, a lot of people think, okay, well, if I make all this money, I'll be comfortable. No, maybe you won't be comfortable. You know, there's no escape. You can't escape the curses, man. Go on, my brother, read that.
This is 1 Timothy 6 verse 10, and
As
it
a
says,
matter of fact, you want it better. Give me the scripture where it says, trust not on certain riches.
yep, come.
And then you get that as well. It's a lot.
That's all right.
Yeah, you know, read that again, brother, until he gets that.
This is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach.
He got it, brother. He got it. Go on, read
Like
it.
it. This is 1 Timothy 6 and 17. Charge them that are rich in this world that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches,
Right.
but in the living power which giveth us richly all things
Right.
to enjoy.
Right, because the true wealth in this case is wisdom. That's the highest thing that you could be rich in. And that's gonna, and you know what too as well, when the ship goes down crazy and hell and hell is all over the place, and the angel of death is free and you know, getting down and all of that, guess what? This wisdom is definitely gonna be something that's gonna be high in value. Why you think that all of the women, right, as it is written in Isaiah 4, you can pull that out too.
Yeah.
Why you think that Isaiah 4 says that 7 women shall take hold of one man? Are they going to take hold of you because you're good looking? Are they going to take, you know, hold of you because you got the money? No, they're going to take hold of you because of what you know. All right? Even in the book of Amos, it tells you that as well, that you're going to have people that are going to try and seek the word. They're going to seek the word from seed to seed. So that's going to show you right there, Jacob's trouble in this case is going to show how incredibly valuable of the wisdom that we've been presenting to the public all of this time. Okay? That's what it's really going to be about. It ain't going to be about no fucking fake FRNs, which can be manipulated. Go on, brother, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, just a brief one on your point. You were talking about women are going to take hold of men in that time. Well, this is the thing. It's like, imagine if you're in an earthquake or you're on a ship that's at sea and it's being tossed to and fro on the waves.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You're going to look to hold on to something for stability, right? So you're going to be looking for the thing that's not moving.
Right.
For example, if you're on a ship and it's all going topsy-turvy, you're not going to try and hold the deck chair that's sliding on the deck. You're going to try and hold on the railing because that's stable.
Yeah.
So the men of the Lord, in the times when society's falling apart, economically and all hell's breaking loose, we're going to be stable because our minds have already been fully persuaded.
Right.
So we're not. It's like just like, for example, in the C19 thing. A lot of people were losing their minds then. When we were stable, we were cool.
Yep.
And people noticed that. They're like, why are you worried? Why aren't you panicking? So that's why they're going to take hold of men in that time, because they're going to want that stability. That's really what they're going to be aiming for, because they're going to be looking to save their souls. It's like that's all.
No, that's beautifully well put. You're going, brother.
Psalms 112 says, from the top says, praise ye Yahweh, blessed is the man that feareth Yahweh, that delighteth greatly in his commandments. His seed shall be mighty upon earth, the generation of the upright shall be blessed. Wealth and riches shall be in his house, and his righteousness endureth forever.
Yeah, but that's after we've done all of that. We've kept up the other commandments. This is why we're doing what's commanded of us to come out on the highways, to be instant in season. Every single thing that the Scripture says to do, like it applies to us, which it does, we do it. And if we endure the doings of the Lord, then we're going to reap the benefits later. Then we're going to be fully rich. Because look at Solomon. Solomon became rich, not because the wealth was given to him. No, he had the ultimate kind of wealth, which was wisdom. That was the first thing that Solomon prayed to the Lord for, wisdom. And guess what? He became the greatest in his tenure, in his time. All right. So it's all about wisdom. It's not about the money. It's not about the resources, the material goods that makes a man a man. It's what he knows. It's his character. All right. And this is something that has left society, because we're in this pop culturistic type of setting, which has misled people, man, into thinking that, oh yeah, well, I want this guy because he got such and such, so he must be a good guy. No, he might be an evil bastard. You don't know where that guy got all of that from. Go on, brother.
If I may, there's a term in the world that they use now. I think this came from like Kevin Samuels. What they deem to be a high value man.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of the things that this current society esteems men for is actually bullshit.
Yeah.
The real high value man is the man of the Lord that fears his commandment and seeks after his word daily and does what the Most High commands. In due time, the world's going to see that. Right now, the man of the Lord is looked down upon. People think, oh, he's crazy. He believes in that Bible. He's out there every week in the wet and the cold and everything. But it's going to be shown in due time that this is the real wisdom.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like the brother said, because guess what? It's all going to pay off. When the going gets tough, who's going to be seeking? Who's going to be seeking for us? You're going to have probably niggas on the side seeking for right there and there. Oh yeah, what's the name of the Lord again? What did you just say about the scripture? That scripture, brother?
What's the breakdown of Daniel 3?
Right. Exactly. Listen, my nigga, look, it ain't gonna be time for breakdowns. It ain't gonna be time for me explaining to you what the name of the Lord is. If you ain't got it in that time, then bro, you just go with it. That's just how it is, man. We're going with that.
First Timothy 6.
If you can find that scripture for me, man, Bubba Shaw.
17 says,
where it says that what is it? The silver maketh the feet to stand short. Okay. But wisdom, but the fear of the Lord is above them both. Something like that. Okay.
Going on. 1 Timothy 6 and 17 says, charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded.
Because I'm even going as far as saying this as well. So lock it, brother. I'm even going as far as saying this as well. You got brothers in this thing that's doing good, man. Don't get it twisted. Like a lot of people that's in Israel, they look at Great Millstone and they think, oh yeah, well, Great Millstone, as the saying has been going, which we don't really give a shit. We don't mind, right? That we're bums. Listen, man, you don't know brothers. Brothers got good professions, man. Brothers got businesses and everything. Brothers done did stuff that, some of y'all could probably only dream of, man. All right? So, at the end of the day, as well as we do have all of these things, some of us anyway, we know that this shit's gonna crash. this society is going to crash economically, and all of that stuff ain't going to mean it, goddamn. All right? And when the going gets tough, all of this stuff that y'all glamorize ain't going to be worth it. And you going to realize that too. Okay? Go on, brother.
Reading on in 1 Timothy 6:17. Nor trust uncertain riches, but in the living power, who giveth us richly in all, who giveth us richly things to enjoy.
Yeah, and what makes these riches uncertain is the fact that the currency the currencies that we have is actually, the pound and the dollar. These currencies ain't even real. It's manipulated. And what are we using? We're using what? Pieces of plastic. Yeah. And it holds no weight. So it may say, oh, okay, well, this is a 20-pound note or a 10-pound note, but it don't weigh 10 pounds. It's just a piece of fucking plastic. Well, if you're in America, what do you have? A piece of paper that the bankers can manipulate, up and down, down and up, and that's why everything's so expensive. Because throughout the years since the crash of the weight, which affected my generation, beginning with this brother and myself, a lot of us got fucked up in that time, man. Because what they did was quantitative easing. They kept printing the money, especially in the American people. They kept printing money to infinity. Now the money ain't worth a goddamn, and also as well, you got to also, just to fast forward to now you got to look at the BRICS situation. You got a lot of people that are renouncing the dollar, and this is why America is so expensive right now. But even down here in the UK, shit is expensive too, because what they're doing with the food over there. So it's uncertain. The currency that we're chasing is uncertain. It's not to be trusted. Go on, brother.
I think I found a piece of
Yeah, read that. Yeah, Baba Kushal, yeah.
I hope this is the one. This is Surah 26 verse 18, and it says, as the golden pillars are upon the sockets of silver, so are the fair feet with a constant heart.
Well, no, that's not the one. That's a good one too, but primarily, me, I'm a direct man. Try and look for I think it's on Sirach 46, and if not Sirach, look at Sirach chapter 4. Go on.
I've got a little.
Let him finish this.
Go on.
Mm-hmm. I'll just finish it off. It's just two more left. That they God who giveth us richly all things to enjoy, that they do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate, laying up in the store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay hold of eternal life.
So what do we ought to really be? Rich in faith and rich in the wisdom of the fear of the Lord, and being rich in good works. So when we do the work, even in this kind of setting as well, what are we doing? We're getting points on the works that we've done, as it is also written. Look not at riches where moth and dust and corrupt, something like that, right? Where thieves can take hold of and steal. But reap ye the treasures that are in heaven, that have all heaven, something like that.
I'll get that.
Yeah, Baba for sure.
Because it kind of helps the point about building a house upon the rock. So when you build your house upon the rock, you're thinking about the future. So when you store in the spiritual bank account, you're thinking about the future too. So that when that rain comes, you already got money in the bank, spiritually speaking. So I find that precept as well.
Yeah. But actually, I got what I really wanted, which is this precept. But I'll allow you to read yours. So read that. Yeah. We're gonna go into this over here.
I got precepts on the gold as well, and when President Nixon removed the dollar from the gold, I got a little paragraph.
You can go into that.
Go on. So I'll read that one there. Well, I'll read Colossians 3:2. This is Colossians 3:2. Set your affection on things above, not on things on earth.
Right, not on things on earth. And you know what too, the scripture says that what you do see is only but temporal, but the things that we don't see is eternal. So that's what we gotta really engage in our energy towards, our spirit towards, the things that are not seen, which is what? The kingdom of heaven. All right? So we ain't working, okay, we got jobs, brothers gotta work, pay the rent, pay the bills, whatever it is that you gotta do out there. We do that, but we do that as we just getting by. As the scriptures also say, be as pilgrims on earth. But what are we really to be fully persuaded doing the work of the Lord so that we can reap the benefits later when the going gets real tough and holy hell is well presented. Now let's go into this Baba for sure. Because I want to get back into the point of wisdom. Go on.
Surah 40 and verse 25 says, gold and silver make the foot stand sure,
Yeah.
but counsel is esteemed above them both.
Read it again and give me on Isaiah 33 and 6. About Bashar.
Surah 40 and 25 again, gold and silver make the foot stand sure, but counsel is esteemed above them both.
Yeah. Read it again and quote it.
Surah 40 and 25.
Uh,
Gold and silver make the foot stand sure.
Right. Gold and silver make the foot stand sure, which is tangible. A valuable good. Go on.
But counsel is esteemed above them both.
Right. Which the highest counsel is the will of the Lord. Go on.
Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
It says, riches and strength lifteth up the heart,
Right.
but the fear of the Lord is above them both.
Right. But the fear of the Lord is above them both. And that is the wisdom that's going to be our stability. Go on.
There is no want in the fear of the Lord,
Right.
and it needeth not to seek help.
Right. So those are the key words. That there is no need. Read that part again, that exact part. Why it's going to sound funny to read it.
That's all right. Surah 40, 26 again.
Mm-hmm.
Riches and strength lift up the heart,
Okay.
but the fear of the Lord is above them both.
Right.
There is no want in the fear of the
Right.
Lord,
That's another key word. There is no want in the fear of the Lord. Go on.
and it needeth not to seek help.
And it needeth not to seek help. Go on.
The fear of the Lord is a fruitful garden,
Right.
and covereth him above all glory.
Yeah, so we got the point of it. So when the going gets tough of our wisdom, we're not going to be in no need of anything because we're going to be full. This, the scriptures makes this what makes you whole. That's why the scripture says, teach unto them sound doctrine, also wholesome words. So when you're healthy, when you're fully spiritually healthy, right? Because of the word, you're in a perfect condition. And also, these are the words of life. So when death is presented, you won't be put to death. All right? So yeah, let's go and get that, my brother.
Isaiah 33 and 6.
Yeah.
It's Isaiah 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time,
Right. And what else?
and strength of salvation.
And what else?
The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure.
And the fear of the Lord is his treasures. You just read that it need not want for anything. So when the time of need is presented once again, we're not going to be in need. This is why the scripture says that my servants shall eat. Let's pull them scriptures out.
What I want you to quote in earlier.
Now we're going to move forward, brother.
I've got one for you here.
Yeah.
This is Matthew 4 and 4. It says, but he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone,
Absolutely.
but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High.
Right. So that's how one becomes a living, what is it, a living soul. And this is also how one is going to survive the realms of death. Because we're going to consent unto the words of life. All right? Go on.
May I add something, Sean?
You go on.
Because you mentioned before about when you was talking about Jake's got a bad diet, you know, it's like it's fucked
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Well, you can have a bad diet for your mind as well. Because
Yeah,
the scripture says here, man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High.
Right.
So if you're consenting unto these words and taking them into your mind, you're actually making your spirit healthy.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to lead to your stability again
Yeah.
when the hard times come.
Thank you.
So having a good diet, meaning, you know, taking heed to these words,
Mhm.
scripture says, was it, will the young man cleanse his way
Yep.
by the washing of water by the word? Taking heed unto this word fortifies your mind so that you can be stable when the hard times come, which
Yeah.
they're coming.
Once again, beautifully put.
Go on, bro. Luke 12 and 15 says, and he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesses.
Right. Yeah, because you got people that are covetous of things that other people have. But again, I say this is what you're really supposed to be looking into as something that is valuable. But you know, people have to see things to believe it physically. You know, so this is more of a spiritual thing that we do, which most people wouldn't understand anyway, though, because most people are just plain old sensual beings, right? But yeah, let's deal with these precepts. Go on, brother.
Yeah, on about the men of Yahweh Shah being protected and fed. It's Isaiah 65 and 13.
God.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord, the Most High, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry.
But ye shall be hungry. Why? Because they were hungry. They were, They were lacking with the words of truth.
Yeah.
The words of the Most High. So they're going to be lacking in the physical food. You know, that's the best way I could put it. Go on, brother.
But ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink,
Right.
but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
Right, and ye shall be ashamed. So the 2/3 of Israel, including those that claim to believe in Israel, right, they're going to be ashamed because they didn't follow the word of the Lord thoroughly, correctly. And see, what the world is going to realize is that it's only about, listen, and this is what I'm going to say on is that, are you following the true way of the Lord? And if you're not, then you're going to be pretty much on your ass, man. All right? You're going to be out there begging. You're going to be out there in a situation where you're going to be in a world of hurt. Just to basically put that. All right?
A few more verses. So it says here in verse 14, Isaiah 65 and 14, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit.
Yeah, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. What's going to vex these people when the going gets stopped is all the elements which comes with evil time. Go on. Finish with that?
Yeah.
To back you up. James 1:5 from the top says, Go to now, you rich man, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you.
Yeah, which the rich man in this case is not talking about your celebrities now. You know what I mean? Like, let's just look at Jay-Z, Floyd Mayweather. All of these people, these ain't rich people. These are basically broke ass motherfuckers, man. That sold their soul just so that they could be at the bottom of the Forbes list. All right, if you look at the Forbes list, right, you could take one so-called J-double-O, and he's richer than every so-called Negro put together.
Like Warren Buffett, and I mean, we could even take it a step higher. Look at Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. They're richer than every Negro you could put on the map that claim to have money. All right, so them Negroes, they did all of that just to be at the bottom of the list. All right, so the real rich man is really talking about the people that's really pulling the strings, that's really running these banks and all that. They're going to lose their empire because their empire is their money. Go on. A little bit more on this one. In James 5, a couple more, it says, your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten.
So what the Lord is going to do, the Lord is going to begin with the poorest rich people, and then the Most High is going to get on. Let me say it correctly. The Most High is going to start with those that are so-called rich. And then the judgment is going to raise up to those that are in the highest level of wealth. All right? That have the highest level of riches. Go on.
Just two more. 3. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the wrath of them shall be a witness against you. And ye shall eat your flesh as it were fire.
Yeah, and the reason why, as you just read, right, that it's going to be a witness against them, because how did they get all of that? By LD, by treachery, by deception, primarily by bloodshed. That's how they got all of this. So, as the scriptures also say, right, due to what is it, to injurious gain, I'm saying it in my way. In the Apocrypha, right, riches got by injuries, riches is translated from one hand to another hand. Okay, so all of that wealth that these people have stored up and got by ill gain, we're going to take all of them wealth and the riches. They're just warming it for us. You said to back up on that point? Baba Kushar. This is Joe. Just to end off. No, let it get this brother. Are you going to end this off?
Yeah, just to end off.
All right, let's end this off.
Against you shall eat your flesh as it were fire. You have heaped treasures together for the last days. And as you said, they got it corruptedly. Like, for example, when they sold us, you know, for more time wine, that's that old money goes into the old money. We were the biggest commodity, so they've lived lavishly because of that. So the Most High saying that is how they got their wealth, riches, and it's their witness against them.
Yeah.
Hence, we're even still here now.
Right.
So-
As it is also written in the law, the scriptures also says that if a master be found in your hand, a stolen servant, then guess what? He's going to be the master's going to be put to death. So Esau is going to be found, and he's going to be put to death. All right. Going into the law on what is it? The stolen goods too, because even still to this very moment in time, Esau is still making bank off the people that he owns and runs with. All right. So all of that stuff is going to be taken from him. Let's read this one.
Yep, Job 20 and 15 says, he hath swallowed down riches,
Yeah.
and he shall vomit them up again.
Right.
The Most High shall cast them out of his belly.
Right, the Most High shall cast them out of his belly. Again, all of that which is what he gathered by ill even is going to be taken from him. Because it was got by injurious ways.
Yeah.
If you can, brother, you can give me that too. And yeah.
I got it right here.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Go on, bro.
Now, this is Ecclesiasticus 10 verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings,
There you go.
injuries,
See, I'm
and
pushing
riches
Yep.
are by deceit.
I got by the sea.
The kingdom is translated from one people to
Right.
another.
But the kingdom is translated from one people to another people. As it is also written, as we like to quote, basically, right? Esau is the ending of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed.
Yeah.
So one kingdom is going to be translated to what is it? The kingdom is going to be translated from one to another. That's how it's going to go now. Because of what? Injurious ways, by the sea. So when you do things the wrong way, there's a consequence to that. And all of these other nations, man, they've done things the wrong way and how in terms of ruling over their kingdom and ruling over us. So the Lord is going to get them back in culmination. Going up.
On the point that he talks about the so-called rich getting judgment.
Yeah.
These low-level Israelites.
Yep.
And after them, it's going to be people like Amalek and the higher ones.
Yeah.
This is 1 Peter 4 and 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High.
Absolutely.
And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel
Break it down.
of the Most High? So of course, as it says here, it says, for the time must come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. That's talking about Israelites, man, because those are the children of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. So of course, rightfully so, you punish your son rather than punishing, someone else's son, which these other nations are likened unto. And as it says here, and if it first begin at us, again, really, if you really want to get deep into it, it's those of us who know this truth, man.
Yeah.
Those who have possessed the knowledge. Of course, that's where the judgment will then begin, and then you get into the 2/3. Of course, once Israel is then wrapped up, then the heathens will be like collateral damage.
Yeah. And too, and just to include, just to back up a little bit more, because the guys that claim to be Israelites that the Lord is going to deal with, a lot of these dudes sold out, took back, right? So the Lord is going to judge them and take everything they got. So it's going to start from the lowest so-called rich to the highest, like he was going into. Go on, brother.
Shall I bring up mine?
Yes.
This is Surah 10 and verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Absolutely. Kingdoms came and fell. And who was involved? Who was responsible for bringing these kingdoms up and bringing them down? The Most High. So by that same power, he's going to bring this one down as well. And the one who is profitable will reign supreme forever. And that's us. Because we're actually going to bring life onto the planet based on the commandments going through out of the mouth of Zion in the book of Isaiah chapter 2. So much so that even the nations, if they follow through unto it, they're going to be blessed. So our way and our standard is going to be profitable onto the planet Earth. That's how it's going to go down, all right? All of these other nations, when they had their time and their chance, they didn't rule with profitability. As it looked though, but originally, and realistically too, it wasn't. Go on, brother.
Now, this is Daniel 2 and 21. And he changeth the times and the seasons, he removeth kings and setteth up kings, he giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding.
Right, and that's what he gave us. And you see, when you really look at people, or let's just say people among the nations that become the rulers and the kings of that nation or of that empire, first have to have wisdom to be holding those positions down. You can't just be a regular random ass nigga to get up in them powerful seats and you ain't got no wisdom. Okay, you gotta know a little something. It's like Esau. Esau knows quite a bit, right? But he has to run this world the way he's running. Now it isn't really wisdom, but you get what I'm saying. He has a level of knowledge to where he can rule all of this. So the same thing is happening with us. The Most High has blessed us with the highest level of wisdom, and that is the Bible. Even people that have you know, even people that are credible in this society, they've said, look, man, if you can master the Bible, then you're above these various schools of higher learning.
Yeah.
It's true, man. So again, what do you think is going to happen when we get the changing of our bodies with this knowledge? Man, come on. Our society is going to be far superior than all societies put together. Okay? And it actually says that too in Daniel chapter 2.
Yeah.
If you can understand the Bible, you have the highest level of wisdom. And that is going to stand the test of time.
And on that point as well, this is Deuteronomy 4 and verse 6. It says, actually I'll start from verse 5. Deuteronomy 4 and 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Absolutely. So there you go. So if we put this wisdom on and we exalt it in due time, right? In the kingdom in this case, when we raise up the other nations, they're gonna be like, wow, look at these people. They know exactly how to run it. They know exactly how to put two and two together. It's kind of like how these other nations look at Esau. You know, as this standard of, you know, being knowledgeable and wise. And, you know, looking at these guys wearing the three-piece suits as professors, you know. They're the idea of all that which is good, right? Guess what? We're gonna be that times 1,000. Our projection, and it's all gonna be due to what? The wisdom that we're gonna be projecting. All right? Go on, brother.
Yeah, this backs the point. Hebrews 13 and 5 says, let your conversations be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. For he hath said, I will never leave thee, nor forsake thee.
Right.
Yeah, that when you know that the Most High got you, you know, for one or you know, to the best of your ability, that he's got you, despite what coming down the pipe, that stops you from being covetous, or covetous, or unsure. There's a lot of people they be doing, getting out of character because they're not sure. You know, that's lack of faith. What might happen? Oh, maybe he ain't got me. So they think of ways to get out of the truth. All kinds of things. It stems from corruption and insecurity. Stems from insecurity or covetousness. It stems from insecurity in what the Most High got you on. Reading on, last one. So that ye may boldly say, the Lord is my helper. That's really. I could have just read that and it would explain it. And I will not fear what shall man do unto me. Self-explanatory.
Yeah. No, that's a good point too, because there's really no need when you really tap into this truth and you really get into it. You realize that there's nothing outside that's better than this truth. There's no need to be covetous about what other people have. Anyway, you don't need to. Right? We have the highest valuable good, which is this knowledge. And if you can't see that, then maybe you're not at the elect. Just what it is, man. You know, go on, brother.
And on that point, this is Psalms 23. Psalms 23 and 1. The Lord Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want.
Yeah. Right, the Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. Because Yahweh Shai represents everything that encompasses this Bible. He is the way, the truth, and the life. This is written. The whole volume of the book is written of him, Psalms 47. So what else do we need to do? We need absolutely nothing. Go on, brother.
On the same point as well.
Okay, this is Proverbs 12 and 19. It says, the lip of truth shall be established forever,
Yeah.
but a lying tongue is but for a moment.
The lying tongue is but for a moment. Look what's happening in this world right now. Don't we see this world gradually falling apart? Which was based on lies? Absolutely. There's an end point to this world. Is there going to be an end point to our world? As that's written. No, it isn't. Our world is going to stand forever. Why? Because exactly, we're going to be the world without end. Why is that? Because we're going to be established by the truth. The truth is always consistent. There's no ending to the truth. Matter of fact, get your Howard shots. What did he say?
I've got one here that he said, don't know if it's what you want, but I'll bring it out.
It might be. Go on.
Matthew 24 and 35
Yeah,
says,
it sure is. Yep.
heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away.
Right. That my words will not pass away. Heavens, that's the one I wanted, brother. That's why I was laughing. Right? Heavens and earth passes away, but my words will not pass away because it's truth. You see, so if we believe in the truth as it is, then even when death is presented, we're going to still stand. We're going to be the last one standing.
You said
Because the truth is always consistent as well as we're going to be consistent. Boom.
Proverbs 16 and 7 says, when a man's ways please Yahweh, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
Absolutely. And just imagine when shit goes down, man. It might be, hey, certain brothers are gonna, are gonna be able to survive. It's also written in the book of the 5th chapter of Job, right, where it mentions that even we're gonna be able to escape from the scourge of the tongue. So Esau is gonna come with strict, austerity measures, and come with a threatening tongue, set of words, right? But it's not gonna scare us. Brothers may go through it and don't get afflicted. All right, but we know that brothers are gonna go through affliction, but every brother's gonna go through their form of affliction, right? And miraculous things are gonna be shown. You got it.
No, man, just say something because I'm thinking about the affliction and the persecution that's going to come. And just because it's quiet at the moment, don't think that Esau's not building his case. Because I've been observing certain things on YouTube. Now they've got in the AI, they can, like, let's say you talk about a few people in your video, it will say mention blah blah blah, and it shows links to it.
What's the call?
And it was so basically, don't think that Esau's sleeping on the job just because we're able to come out here and go home week after week and it looks kind of cool. Esau's building a big ass case, and when he comes down on brothers, he's going to bring out like portfolios. Look, we've got information showing that in 2017 you said this, in 2019 you said that, in 2022 you said this, and they're going to have the records, because it's all going to be YouTube's keeping a log of track of everything we're saying. Now, I'm saying all of that to say brothers shouldn't be scared of that, but just be aware that just because it seems calm, don't think that the enemy's not building his case, because he is.
And the spirit solidified that because the light just came on. So and it usually comes out, at a certain time, but it came out at the right time. So there you go. But look at Howard Shah. Look what he went through. They all accused him of what he said and this and that and the third, and he was quiet because his thing was his father's will. That was his main focus. And our focus is going to be to visualize what our Father has in store for us, which is much more greater than the affliction we're going to go through at the time. All right? We're accused. Go on.
Reading on Proverbs 16 and 8 says, better is a little with righteousness than great revenue without right.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a good point too, because when you dig it, what we got is going to far outweigh what the world has. When there's no more world, then guess what? You can't spend that money. When all of the stores close down, how you gonna spend that money on clothes? How you gonna spend that money on getting a nice car? All right, you ain't gonna be able to go nowhere with that money. If they, let's just say they close the airports and all that, everything gets shut down. What are you gonna do with all of that money? And then also they're gonna transition the money that you have in your hand to a digital type of set of money. Now what you're gonna do? You're gonna have to take that chip, and if you take that chip, how long of life did you have it to those missiles? You got to think about what's going on, brother.
Revelation 18 and 17, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off.
Yeah. Case in point, look at what happened in California, man. All of those well-to-do people, they didn't know that was going to be. They didn't know, but it came up. Now they have to evacuate. They had to leave all of their homes. All of that real estate they had to leave, bro. But they did all of that. So just imagine when the real deal happens, all of this, ideations of things that they wanted to become. I'm talking about the people in this world in general now that haven't really made anything or made a name for themselves. All of that's going to go out the window because people are going to be thinking about their lives. Am I going to live and die? That's going to be the main thing, because the most important thing really to man is, food and shelter and water.
Yeah.
Go on, brother. But the most important thing is wisdom, which is what most people are going to be seeking for, especially those that don't. Go on.
1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Just like these dumb Americans, man, that believe in the political system, that when DJ Trump gets in there, he's going to bring America back to the good old days. No, listen, man, I perceive through the spirit, when DJ Trump gets in there, we're going to see a brand new nigga. We ain't talking about DJ Trump from 2016. In other words, we're talking about someone that's going to be new, and he's going to be new for the worst.
Yeah, we're going to take with teeth, and we're going to see the horns.
You're going to see the horns come out of this thing.
They'll reveal himself.
Yeah. Even the cabinet that's backing him, man, like, you got these people out here, they like Tulsi Gabbard, whatever that his name is, man. She's in the military, right? A lot of people like her and all of that, right? Because of what she so-called stands for. But they're all characters, man. They're all puppets playing a part. They all gonna do shit against the people. The brother, go on, brother.
Just want to say something. The brothers that are good with the AI and all the visual AI, do a visual AI on Trump taking up the teeth out. I just visualize it. Take up the teeth and and make the horns come out, man. Brothers can be doing all of that stuff, man.
If the spirit wills.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2:3.
Yeah.
But let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come of falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Right, exactly. So what was the falling away? The falling away was when the Romans came up against Israel, and we fell. So after that's all been done and dusted, we've been brought here. Just to fast forward from that time in history to now this devil is being revealed for who he really is. And before after he's revealed, right, the Lord is going to come and destroy him. Right? He just has to be revealed first, brother.
Zephaniah 3:5 says, the just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. Yeah. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame.
Yeah. And in those times, like we always talk about, it's just going to be your judgment's coming. There and everything. And Jacob's trouble. That's all it's going to be.
Because we had the over here we had the ghastly winds and that what do they call that fog?
The death fog.
Death fog. Yeah, people be calling it the death fog because one woman was saying that what's this misty fog that's going on over here? Because you had it over in the river, but over here too. She's in the woodlands, where the rural area. She said it's just been there for hours and days and days. It ain't going nowhere. She said people have been getting sick. She said they've been coughing, they've been bringing up phlegm, and that's going back to this is the Most High is in the midst via all the different spiritual creative vengeance, and that death fog is one of them. Yeah. And another one more example is that a woman, she said that she just bought these Christmas presents, and she said that she put them under the Christmas tree for her children, and she said just like that the flood came and just swept all the Christmas presents away for the children. She was so to see that they really love their high holiday. It's their high holiday, but you see how it really affected them. And that's the terror of the Lord. Once again, that's the spirit created for vengeance, man. Just like that, you spend all your whole years, half of the year maybe, building up to I want to buy my baby for that and this, the Christmas present. and it's all very immaculate.
Right.
And bam, Mosai just come and bring the flood and just take that all away. That takes the carpet from right underneath their feet when you mess with their holy days. Mr. Mosai don't give a monkey about none of that rubbish.
Right.
You know?
That's it. Yeah, so what you got, King?
Throwing a blank at the moment. I'm just listening to what I was, so forgive me.
No, that's all right.
Shall I read it again?
No, that's cool, because I want to move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was, what was I talking about before, man? What was I saying before?
Well, I mentioned about that Trump that might fool you off about the
Yeah, I was talking about DJ Trump.
Trump.
Yeah.
When he comes in, he's going to be a whole different creature.
Yeah, so I mean, basically with him, he's just gonna come down with the hammer this time around. And I mean, you could tell he's got a different kind of vibe about him. Because they spoke to him in the back room somewhere. And he's gonna get busy. He may be the nigga to pull it off, man.
Lord willing.
Lord willing. Plus you got your boy Elon Musk over there too. You know?
And they're pushing for removing
Yep.
and all the digital IDs and everything like that. So now Trump and Elon Musk working hand in hand should, Lord willing, advance that agenda very well. May I bring out precept?
Go on now.
This is Sirach 12 and 10, because a lot of people, a lot of so-called Negroes, ignorant Negroes, they believe in Trump. They believe that he's on their side, you know? But the scripture says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Yeah, you tricking my mind. No, stop you, brother. Finish what you saying.
Though he humbleth himself and go crouching, and he went crouching when he dodged that bullet, didn't he? Yet take good heed
That's a nice one,
and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as though thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not altogether been wiped away.
Yeah, so when you read that scripture, you triggered on my train of thought back. Yeah, because a lot of people, and as you was reading the scripture where it mentions that when they say peace and safety, so shall sudden destruction come, and that's just the point, right? When everything's in order the way people like it to be as they expected it, that's when that hell's gonna come in. All right, because that's what's coming down the pike anyway. You know, there's nothing else that's gonna come besides that. Good times ain't gonna be until it gets worse first. That's just the name of the game, man. That's just what the Most High said. Now, you know, like there's many devices in a man's heart, but the counsel of the Lord that shall stand, and it's also as it is also written that there is no counsel against the Lord. So a man may have in his mind, oh, this is what I expect to see to come, but is that what the Lord says? And you give me a scripture on it, and if you can, you just gotta shut the fuck up. All right. Matter of fact, bro, get your what is it, Romans 3 on that. Romans 3. Because we talk about a whole lot of things, man, and it's, for the most part, it's negative shit we talk about. And it doesn't pump the world up, because it's not positive words. But guess what? Again, for what if some did not believe in? That's the one I want you to read.
That's just what I'm looking at. Romans 3 and 3. For what if some did not believe?
Yeah.
Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?
Right.
Most High forbid. Yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
Right. So the ones that's going to be right according to their sayings are those that are going to tell you about the counsel of the Lord. What is the will of the Lord? That's why it's written, be not unwise of what the will of the Lord is. Because once you know what the will of the Lord is, and these things come to pass, these prophecies, now you're going to be justified. All right? And that's where the prophets are going to be found. They're going to be found justified in their saying. So much so that it's also written too, that a prophet shall be among them. So you got a lot of people that got a whole lot of ideologies and sayings and shit, from left, right. But guess what? There's only one way. There's only one truth. And it's going to be one set of men that's going to be right when it's all said and done. Yeah, so get to Proverbs 19, brother. Proverbs 19 and 21. I quoted it, but we'll read it. You got something, right?
Yeah, holding this. I'm holding this one. You want to bring it out?
Bring it out. Let's see what it says.
2nd Ezra 16 and 1 says, woe be unto thee, Babylon, and Asia, woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria.
Yeah.
Gird up yourself with cloth and sack, and hair bewail your children.
Yeah.
Be sorry, for your destruction is at hand.
Yeah, so where it says, bewail yourself, right? And put sack and what is it? What else does it say? Read that part again.
Yeah. 2 again of 2nd Ezra 16. Gird up yourselves with cloth of sack, and here bewail your children.
Right, and does it also say dust?
It doesn't say that. Don't say dust.
I tell you what, read the first verse again.
So from the top?
Yeah.
2nd Ezra 16 from the top. Woe be unto thee, Babylon, and Asia, woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria.
You're going.
Gird up yourself with cloth of sack, and her bewail, and here.
Because those brother, because those rudiments would be there to be worn to express your state of mind. Like when you go into the law, you would also pass dust in your head too. All right, so that's just an indication to say that bad times are coming. Somebody get Jeremiah 28:8, but yeah, read what you got first though, because I think you had something.
Proverbs 19:21.
Yeah.
Proverbs 19:21 says, there are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of Yahweh, that shall stand.
Right. The counsel of the Lord, that's always going to stand, because it's of the truth. So whatever we say which is of the truth is going to be established, as you just written, my brother. Right? That the lips of truth shall be established forever. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, so give me, what else? What else is something a second ago? Yeah.
It was something, I can't remember.
All I remember is this is something about Isaiah. Is it Isaiah 9?
No, Proverbs 19.
Oh.
19. Yeah, so I mean, like, there's only one way that's gonna go out, man, and that's just what it is, and it's what we've been saying all along, all put together. All right. Yeah.
Because we want to be on the side of the truth. There's this term in the world, they call it being on the right side of history. Well, when we're in the truth, we're going to be on the right side of history. And it's like gravity, right? Things don't fall upwards. If you throw the ball up, the fact of the matter is it has to come down to the ground. So just like gravity is the truth in itself, it is a force, and that force can't be overcome. No matter how many lies Esau pushes out there, because when you think about it, he's had a lot of time to tell lies, a lot of time to pull out his lies, but he's never been able to crush the truth.
Right.
The truth always overcomes lies. It's like that, the light always exposes the darkness.
Right.
So we're going to be on the right side of history because if Lord willing, we stay in the truth. We can't ever go wrong. And that's the sure foundation, because we brought it out earlier. Build your house on a rock, not on sand. The truth is that sure foundation, and so long as we stick with that, we'll be good.
Yeah.
No matter what happens to us in our flesh, like if Esau decides to put us in the guillotine or whatever else he may do, so long as we stay in the truth, we're good.
Yeah.
I've got a precept to back you up here.
Go on.
You just made this old precept come back to my mind. It's actually very on point. So first, this is first Ezra 4. It says 40 and verse 37 says, wine is wicked, the king is wicked, women are wicked, all the children of men are wicked, and such are all their wicked works, and there is no truth in them. In their unrighteousness also they shall perish. As for the truth, it endureth and is always strong.
Right.
It liveth and conquereth forevermore.
Right, and that's king right there. That's what I'm talking about. Truth is what will always endure. And what did you read? And it's king, right?
Yeah.
And it's king forevermore.
Yeah.
So that's the right scripture. Absolutely. So when again, all that's going to come out of our mouths are the words of truth.
Yeah.
That's all we're telling you. So, and I mean, if you're offended by that, which I understand why you would be offended, because you base everything on lies. And you've been gaining based on your lies, which is the spirit of the left-hand side, right? But guess what? When the truth is established, in terms of what we say, right, concerning the ending of the world, we can't put it away.
Yeah.
He won't be able to put it away at all, And this is the thing, when the Messiah makes a second return, and when they initiate that trip, I'm going all over the place. Before the Messiah makes a second return, right, you're gonna have Jacob's trouble, which they're gonna do through this model, autoapkator, right, using the Hegelian elector. All of these tools that they're using to cause mass confusion, that's through the will of the Lord. That's in the truth. So even though they're doing everything on the left-hand side, which is against the truth, but even the lies of the truth that Esau has been spewing out, and the things that he's going to do negatively, that he may think is going to have an effect on good or the truth. All right?
Yeah.
Going on.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and 28.
And just to include as well, because the Most High, his hands is in all of this, man.
There you go.
He got the Most High, he got his left hand, and he got his right hand.
Yeah.
And they both emotional, baby.
Yeah.
Go on, bro.
And AI too, which they really,
that's what the Lord said.
they really pray, because when I was just thinking, right, wine and the king, and the other one is the king and the wine, women. These are all things that are highly esteemed in this kingdom. Now you got the AI now, right? And that's highly esteemed.
Right.
But the Most High got, you say, he got everything.
He got
the
everything.
AI too.
Even these women too. These women, they've been exalted, as it is also written too, right? Not to go off kilter. But the Most High raised these men up. There shall be a new thing on the earth that a man shall, the woman shall pass away. The Most High did all that. So if the Most High did all of that, he can bring it back to you. Let's read this.
Yep, fine. 2nd Ezra 6 and 28 says, As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
Right. Read that again.
2nd Ezra 6 and 28 again. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome.
Right. As for faith, it shall flourish. The faith in what? The faith of the truth. You got brothers coming from all walks of life, coming from different places around the world, countries around the world, that are taking heed to the words of Yahweh Ba'al Shai, being gathered by the Holy Spirit. So faith is flourishing, and corruption is what? Being overcome. Go on.
And the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
Shall be declared. It's been so long without fruit. We've been calling ourselves after the names of our enemies for so long. We didn't even know about all this. We didn't even know that we was going to come to this at all. But the Lord had it so that this was going to fall into fruition. Because our experiences in a world of lies is of the truth. And it was of the truth that the real truth is established. Official. Again, showing you how the Most High works. The Most High will have you struggle first and then bring you back up later, including the truth. The truth had to struggle. The truth had to be subdued, right? But now the truth is getting exalted at the right point in time. That's why the scripture says better is the end of the thing than the beginning of it, because in the end, all good comes. That's just how the Most High is setting it up right now on this spectrum of life. Go on. You got something else?
What time?
I was about to go.
Alright, if you ain't got it, I've got mine already, yeah? So this is Ecclesiastes 3 and 1 says, to everything there is a season and a time, every purpose under the heaven.
Right, so right now is the time for the truth to stand. The truth of what though? The truth that the so-called black man, so-called Latino man, and Native American man are indeed the Israelites.
The sons of the Most High.
The sons of God. Right, but you better put it. The sons of the Most High, because God could be called anything, right? So that's what's being declared right now on the face of the planet Earth. We're not black people. We're not so-called Latino, right? Spanish. All of these various terms that our enemies have placed upon us, and we took hold on these terms of pride, like James Brown, I'm black and I'm proud. Oh, you're 100% proud. Okay, cool. But he didn't know that. Jake didn't know that back then. But you get my point. We've renounced corruption. Corruption is now being overcome with the truth. The truth that has been so long without fruit. And now the prophecies are starting to speak.
shall
Go on.
This is the verse before the verse I read. I just scrolled up and I saw that it's edifying as well.
Yeah.
St. Ezra 6:27 says, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched."
Right. And deceit shall be quenched. So deceit is going to be stopped where it's at. And the truth is going to shine. Go on.
If I may say something
Go
on
on.
that point,
Yeah.
because it's like it says deceit shall be quenched. Think of it like a fire. Think of deceit as a fire and someone throws water on it. You quench the fire.
Yeah.
So a lie, you know, is like the fire, but the truth is the water that's gonna put that fire out.
Yeah.
So it goes back into the scripture I just read. I'll read it again. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome. And the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared.
Yeah, he put a block on. The Most High put a block on lies, man. It's like, you know, when you, like, I mean, everybody's house is different, but you got like these pipes where the water goes through, and you have this block. You got the switch where you turn the what is it, the water off, right? You can turn the official water off where the back pipes are at, and that's, just to use that analogy too. The Lord basically put a block. He's about to put a complete block on of these lies.
That's right.
And allow the shine to allow the truth to get the shine, So that's what's flowing, the water of truth. Let me use that terminology instead, that analogy instead. The water of truth is starting to flourish. Somebody get John 7:38.
Yeah.
That's what's gushing right now. It's truth. It's a flash, baby. Yeah.
John 7:38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
Right, so the living waters are now sprouting, rather than waters of death and destruction, which there is no wisdom. The scripture says that there's wickedness. The wisdom, the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, right? So the wisdom which is of the living is starting to really, how could I put this? It's starting to not diminish. It's starting to flood the lies. Like the lies, basically in this case, it's like the fire we putting out. Just in relation with David was saying.
That.
We're going, brother.
Revelation 11:8 says, "And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Yahweh were crucified. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in the grave."
Why is that? There's going to be an invigoration.
"And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth."
Yeah. So this truth is out here, man. We've awoken. Right? We've awakened.
Well, next verse actually says it goes into it. Yeah, 11. "And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered unto them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them."
Yeah.
The northern tribe and the southern tribe have come together. The breaches have come together, and that started from around 1969, starting with Rabbi Abba Bibbins, and the spirit entered unto him, and then he started speaking that, and we're talking about on point on the subject about that truth that entered unto the two prophets, which are back here today, right? The preachers and coming down from Rabbi Abba Bibbins, High Priest Ariah, King High Priest Ariah, King High Priest Marsha, have I missed one? King High Priest Marsha, Ariah, I mentioned him too, King Rabbi Abba Bibbins, Yaikwab, there you go. And they are elders, they were their elders, there, held it on down the bishops. We're talking about that truth, and it trickled all the way down to us right now.
Yeah.
And that truth is, I'll just read the last one. I'll read the last one. On their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in the cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
Yeah.
That's really the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
When we get Abba Razar, we enjoy to the end where those men coming back, we get beamed up into the chariots. And the truth is here now, because we're flourishing. The northern tribe are back here, the southern tribe are back here, united again, pushing out those words of truth. Back, what they did to us, that goes into that in Revelation 18. We're going to do unto them double. But before all of that, we're going to, other brothers will get beamed up into the chariots, and we'll be looking down on the ceiling, through the glass floor, looking down at what we're going to see happening to our enemies when the missiles get beamed up. But this is what we really, the point you were talking about, Elder, was the truth is back here now, flourishing. We're in that time now.
Yeah, somebody get read that, and then somebody get the Isaiah. What is it, 10? Is it Isaiah 1 and 10? Right? Yeah, you can get the one in Hosea too. But whatever y'all got, read that first.
So Amos 3 and verse 6 to 7. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh hath not done it?
So
surely,
go on.
verse 7, surely the Lord the Most High will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
Yeah, and so we receive this truth. And now you have many brothers that are following and taking on board these words and putting it into practice. And it's doing damage to this world. But what it's really doing, just to get back to the point, is allowing this truth to really garner strength. Right, by the multitude of the brothers that have joined forces with those that came before. And that's what it's about. So by that, the truth is beginning to once again flourish now. Yeah.
This is in Acts chapter 1 and verse 8. It says, But ye shall receive power after that of the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me, both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth.
And you know too, when you go into the book of Acts chapter 2, it goes into that history where the apostle Peter and them, they went all around to the devout men among Israel, spreading that gospel. So much so that the gospel became so prominent that Nero, in this case, wanted to put a stop to that by causing a great wave of fire in Rome, so that he can blame it on the Christians, and that was again to stop the truth from getting out. So Esau already sees what's going on, man. He mentioned a lot about how Esau's keeping in Esau has a whole heap of evidence of what he said and things that he shouldn't have said, of course, according to them. And eventually they're going to put a cap on the truth, but the Most High is going to allow it to be happened. They're going to probably stage a crisis or something to put an end to this. And it could be due the tenure of DJ Trump. We'll have to wait and see. But the point is, again, this truth is overcoming lies. That's the topic we want. That's the point. Go on, bro.
The proof is between Isaiah, you said it's either 1 and 10 or 10 and 1. I've looked and I don't know what it is. Could you roughly paraphrase?
No, it says what is it? Israel be as the sand of the sea, but the remnant shall return.
Right.
And then also somebody get me Hosea 1 and 10 as well.
Hosea 1 and 10 right now.
Okay.
That's the one you just quoted.
I just quoted it.
Yeah,
right?
Sand of the Sea.
Yeah, Sand of the Sea, but I think that's in Isaiah though.
That's in Hosea 1.
Oh, that's in Hosea as well?
Yeah.
Okay, read that first and then get
It's in Isaiah as well.
Oh, okay.
Isaiah 10 and 22. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness.
Yeah. And that's what's happening right now. The remnant have returned, and the consumption shall be that with righteousness. All right? So we're consuming the world of lies with righteousness, which is the truth. And the ultimate truth, like I've explained about, is the fact that we are the sons of God. We are the sons of the living power, the sons of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the sons of the Most High. Read what you got, my brother.
This is Hosea 1, verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
Yeah, and that's the truth. That was so long without fruit, and it's only but being done by the very few men. As it is also written, that we have the faith of the grain of a mustard seed. And the mustard seed is the smallest among many seeds, but it grows the most largest thing, which is the tree. All right, the great sized tree. That's why I put it. So we've become that mustard seed. We've started very, very small. We've become a minute seed, and now look at us, we're sprouting. We're germinating through this whole planet Earth with this tree. That's the power of the Yahweh Shah. That one little seed has so much power. Okay, and we represent it. Go on.
This is 2 Peter 1 and verse 19. It says, we also have a more sure word of prophecy.
Thank you.
Whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place.
Key word, that we have more of a sure word of prophecy. Again, because it's the truth. Go on.
Until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts.
Right, until the day dawn, until the day star rise in your hearts. Because Yahweh Shah, he's going to be bringing in the day. What is the day? What's the day?
It's the kingdom of heaven.
The kingdom of heaven. That is the day. So Yahweh Shah, he's going to be that morning star. All right? And that's who's arising in our hearts. As it is also written, that the kingdom of heaven cometh not with observation. Lo hell, lo there, but it dwelleth within you. He is the day star. He is the truth. Go on, brother.
Yeah, to back you up, Isaiah 60:1 says, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee.
Come, there you go. Break it down. Break it down.
But you just said the question, who is the day? Yahweh Shai, man. He's bringing that day in the kingdom of heaven. Right, and we've risen up now. Ezekiel 37.
Yeah.
The dry bones. You like to go into that from time to time.
Yeah.
But that's real. The dry bones, which is the truth, man. Restoring energy back.
No,
into
the
us.
dry bones is Israel, brother.
What did I say?
No, you said it's the truth. The dry bones is the truth.
Well, the truth stored energy of power back into us. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know, it gives us, revived us.
No, I got you.
Revived us, put the spirit back into us.
Just a little correction, brother.
Yeah, do it for that. You know, so revive us the energy, and we're thriving now. Once again. So let me read on. Isaiah 60:4 says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, but Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. The subject you're talking about, the foundation, truth, the spirit of the Lord, which has revived us and give us strength.
Absolutely.
You know, and hence we get stronger, more powerful, as our time goes on in the spirit of the Lord. Most High has to level us, you know, in the flesh, but in the spirit we're growing stronger. That's because of the light, the truth that's been shone upon us, which gives us power or hope. Hope is hope. Encourages people. Like, for example, if someone's in the desert, right, just one little illustration, when someone's in the desert and they're really exhausted, they've got the dehydration, all their lips, everything, but they know and they see there's like a little, what they call it, mirage, water, mirage. They're just about to fall and they see the mirage, they go, wait a minute, they feel strong, man. It's over there a couple, maybe 100 yards away, and they start running because that's the whole got our food. I'm going to be able to I'm going to get the water what I need. So that's what this truth has done to us, you know. Hence the topic we're talking about right now. The truth gives us that hope, and your whole Shai return gives us hope back into us. It instills power and strength into us, which is the Holy Spirit.
So, this is John 1:17. For the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came by Yahushua HaMashiach.
So what you know what that shows? That scripture right there, that shows that we're not under the Old Testament just. We're under the period of grace. I was just about to say we're under the new covenant. I'm not trying to sound like right? We ain't under the new covenant. We're under grace. All right? Well, I would say we're in both. We're under the old covenant, but more so in the grace, because we have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. So that proves that we're in the grace, man. Go on.
Yeah, this is Colossians 1, verse 10 to 11. That ye might be worthy of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, unto all pleasing,
Right.
being fruitful in every good work,
Right.
and increasing in the knowledge of the Most High.
Right. You know what that also shows? That brothers gotta grow. You gotta grow, man. Read that part again.
Colossians 1 and 10. That ye might walk worthy of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, unto all pleasing,
Go on.
being fruitful in every good work,
Right. Being fruitful in every good work. Go on.
and increasing in the knowledge of
And
the Most High.
increasing in the knowledge of the Most High. So again, once again, brothers gotta grow. Because if you ain't growing, you stagnant. Stagnant water is somebody look up the word stagnant.
Yeah. I got one more word.
Yeah, but hold on with that. I wanna go into the word stagnant real quick. When water is stagnant, that water becomes stale. Becomes stale. So you don't want to be, and it can poison you too. It can make you stagnant for real, to the point where you don't come back alive again. You did. But let's look up that word stagnant though.
I got.
No, he got it. Caleb
Oh,
got it.
okay, come.
Yeah, because I see he's on the website already.
Right, this is the definition from the dictionary.com for stagnant. It's got four. Number one says not flowing or running as water or air, stale or foul from standing as a pool of water, characterized by a lack of development, advancement, or progressive movement,
Yeah.
inactive, sluggish, or dull.
Right. Somebody go into a verse, right, where it mentions sluggish.
Oh yeah.
That's why you got them slow ass niggas, man. That's in this thing and they ain't really bringing forth fruit because they stagnant. They're underdeveloped. Tells you right there. You've had guys like that came around us, man, where they've been in this thing for a while, but they were still underdeveloped. They were still immature in this truth. You know, you got guys, you know, that came around, like I said, among us. They've been in this thing for what? Could have been 10 years, 5 years, whatever, right? But they still on a low level. Like they just came in on an entry, you know what I'm saying? Like they just came in like they were entry level. But you gotta grow in this thing, because if you ain't growing, then you're just gonna get you're gonna get cut off of this thing. So that's why it's important that we all grow, even the leaders of the camps. We gotta grow. The pressure's on everybody, baby. Go on, brother. Read what you got.
I've got Proverbs 10 and 26. It says, as vinegar to the teeth and as smoke to the eyes, so is the sluggard to them that send him.
What version is that?
KJV.
Vinegar to the teeth.
And that's another thing, man. Sometimes you gotta joke with this too, because that's why guys fall out and take these things too serious.
Alright, Proverbs 10 and 26 again. As vinegar to the teeth and as smoke to the eyes, so is the sluggard to them that send him.
Like, just imagine, right? I mean, we've all had this experience. You know when you're in like a burning environment, right? And that smoke comes in your eye, that shit fucking hurts. You gotta speak your eye, or you just try to, run away from that situation. So yeah, a sluggard. Read that part again, man. The part where it says the sluggard.
Yep,
Like the Lord ain't looking for snell ass niggas, man.
Proverbs 10 and 26 again.
Yeah.
As vinegar to the teeth and as smoke to the eyes, so is the sluggard to them that send him.
Right, to them that send him. Absolutely. So the Lord is looking for you to be quick. It's the same way you was cooking the live when you came in. You some drop. Yeah. Anything hot, it don't matter. It don't matter. Yeah.
I'm not sure if they sell hot stuff there, but the shop there is happening with the black stuff, yeah. But I'm okay.
Yeah. That's it, brother. I'm good, man. Or if not a hot, some warm water, some lukewarm water. We want it, man.
One of the root word for
Yeah, he's the one that have to do it. Another brother could have got some. I mean, so anyway,
Yes, you also the root word for sluggards. And Proverbs 6 and 6, it mentions about go to the ant that are sluggards. And then the root word for that, it says, turn up the volume for a bit.
No, you ain't gotta do that.
Oh,
That's
fuck.
bullshit, brother. Just read it, man. That's some bullshit, man.
God.
We ain't doing that over here, bro.
But the meaning is, it means sluggish, it means slothful. It says indolent, which to be indolent is to avoid work and activity.
Let me see the Hebrew word real quick. I'm gonna put it. Yeah, that's our tazar.
Our tazar.
Yeah. Go.
But which means sluggish, lazy, and it could also mean indolent as well, which means to avoid activity.
Right. That's a lazy motherfucker. Someone that's trying to avoid activity. Listen, man. Like once you get into this thing, you gotta be fully active. Oh, somebody get Luke 9 and 62. Yeah, we're gonna get that first, brother. 9 and 62, and then we'll get that. You know? This is my favorite scripture. And this is scary scripture too. Luke 9 and 62. Yeah, go on.
Luke 9 and 62, and Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow
Looking back.
and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High.
Right. So when you, let's just say you get into the truth, right? And you put your hand to the plow, meaning you put that work, you putting that plow down, right? And then you renounce from the plow. Guess what? You ain't gonna make it in the kingdom. You can't be a part of this thing. So what am I really saying here, right? Am I just saying one thing? No, I'm saying I'm saying several of things. I'm saying, okay, well, yeah, we gotta go out and teach the word, and we gotta, do these lessons and stuff. But we also have to also increase in this knowledge. We gotta study too. That's what I'm also saying. And all of that is part of the work. All of that is commanded. All right. So we all gotta grow in this space. That's the topic. That's another topic we're gonna deal with too. You know, even for me too. I gotta do way more than what I've done. We all gotta learn, brothers. We all gotta increase in this thing. We gonna hit that point until we get here, Lord willing. Yeah, hit me with that scripture, brother.
1 Corinthians 9 and 24 to 25. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize.
Right.
So run that ye may obtain.
Right.
And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown,
right?
But we an incorruptible.
But we an incorruptible. So that's why we all do what we do. That's why we all do. This is why we do the work. This is why we do the weekly lessons in the week, and this is why we study to obtain an uncorruptible crown. Oh, somebody get I think it's in Matthew 6. That be as perfect as your Father in heaven. But before that, you can also get something else. I think it's in the book of Ephesians where it mentions that unto the perfecting of the saints. That's the only two words I got in my mind. But just type those words in, and them precepts should come up.
Could you repeat that, Brother Bashar, in those two words? Yeah, the perfecting of the saints. Because that's what this truth is here to do. It's here to make us perfect. So you gotta be willing to want to be perfect. Again, you gotta be willing to want to study and do more. Go on, brother. This is Ephesians 4 verse 12. It says, for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, and for the edifying of the body of the Mashiach. Is that what you want? Yeah, that's the one I wanted, but you can go up a couple of verses. Right, so I'll go. Verse 11. Ephesians 4 and 11. And he gave some apostles, and some prophets, and some evangelists, and some pastors, and teachers, for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of the Mashiach. And for the edifying of the body of the Mashiach, because we represent the body. Now you have various different positions and offices, right? But we all, according to Allah, gotta give it all. So you may have a little lot, or a position that doesn't require much, but you gotta do it all according to your lot. There's no such thing as taking it easy and being lackadaisical. You gotta get into the work. All right, like Apostle Hall said, great millstone are men of workers, of laborers. You come in here to do work. You ain't coming here to,
put your hands in your pocket. Now I got my hands in my pocket because it's fucking cold out there. But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you just the type of nigga you trying to avoid activity. Like, just pull it out, boom.
Your hands in your pocket, but it's still on the plow.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, we're balanced. Yeah, elders, I know what you mean.
I was just fucking around when I said that. I was fucking around.
Yeah.
I wasn't serious, brother.
To back you out, I've got one here.
Yeah, go.
2 Timothy 4 and 7 says, I have fought a good fight, I have finished my course, I have kept the faith.
Yeah.
Yeah, we encourage the fight as a possible, not literal fights, but
Spiritually.
Because even you know, one of the officers, he'd be saying he's got his ailments, you know, which we can all relate to in our own way. We can relate to the captain, what he was saying. I mean, the officer, you know the one I'm doing. So we've got ailments. So it's a fight. You've got to fight it. Fight through your ailment, your personal ailment, or the visual ones, or the invisible ones.
Right.
You're fighting it, man, every day, day in, day out, you know, and you've got to find a way how to overcome it. Let me read the last one to back it up. Because, even Apostle, he is a good example too. Apostle Paul is a good example too. Yeah. He had a fall in the flesh. Right. 8. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which Jehovah, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing.
Right.
Yeah.
So
No,
I just wanted to say, brother, like if you love his appearance, you're gonna get into it. And you know what too, what's really gonna make you who you should be when you come before these streets. Again, the study. That's really the raw. That's really the not the raw, but that's really the core of the truth. Is you getting into that Bible, opening up that book, and spending hours on that. If you got the time to spend. Putting all of that time and effort. I remember one time, man, I was at the crib, and I'm gonna get back into this. Yo, I was reading that Bible for like 4 hours. I'm not trying to say that to big up myself. I'm just saying just to make the point, because at the end of the day, the more we get into this truth, is the more this truth gets into our hearts, man. And the Most High deals with us. You want the Most High to deal with you, you got to give your soul to the Most High. All right? And the core of it is study. Go on.
I've got a precept to back you up.
Yeah.
2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
Right, rightly dividing the word of truth, getting into the breakdowns. So how do you know the breakdowns? By getting into it. You know, you might watch a video from the Elder Apostles like maybe 10 years ago to find a particular breakdown or whatever. But all of that involves study. Or you go into the book yourself and find the breakdowns. If you on that level, if you've been in this truth for a while, you should be on a level the way you look up your own thing and be like the Church of Berea. You research shit yourself. You know what I'm saying? But overall, like I said, it's you getting into it, because it's you at the end of the day that gotta show improvement. To the point where let's just say a scoffer come up, right? And he coming with some shit. You know when you already know where he's going when he come with his shit. And then you can flip this shit upside down with the truth. How you gonna do that if you don't study it? All right? So read that part again, before we drop.
2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 15 once again says, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
And you can take a brother that's been in this thing for 6 months. If that brother, I was about to say, nigga, right? But if that brother, if he's been in the truth for 6 months and he's been studying diligently, he could wrap any nigga around his finger that's coming with something that's against the scriptures. If he's diligent on it, right? You ain't gotta be in this thing for 8 years. All you gotta do is be diligent and study. Now, of course, if you've been in this thing for 8 years, then you're gonna be on top. You're gonna be on top of your game on some other level. But like I said, if you really get into it like we all did, because the brothers that came between 07 and 2010, right? We was on this thing, man. Like we was watching videos to sun up, to sun down. You know what I mean? Some of us was probably sticking in the room because we were so into the word. We was getting all into it, right? To the point we came outside, man, we held our own. How you think we was able to hold our own? Because we was putting in that work, that amount of time and effort into the study, getting these breakdowns. And so,
may I say something, Brother Kishore? Because in this verse, 2 Timothy 2:15, it says, that we're supposed to be like a workman that needeth not to be ashamed.
Yes.
And it's funny because in the week, just this week gone, I was listening to a call-in show that was talking about some of the hardest jobs.
Right.
And how, generally speaking, men have harder jobs than women.
Yeah.
And a plumber called him, and he was saying something along the lines of, the thing that's difficult about plumbing is that when you start working, there's nobody to save you.
Right.
Like, you know, your manager's not going to come down and figure out the problem for you.
Right.
You have to figure it all out yourself.
Yeah.
And he said that's what makes you a good plumber, because you know problem-solving skills,
Yeah.
and you have to overcome those challenges.
Yeah.
So likewise in this truth, we're supposed to be like workmen.
Yeah.
That's the kind of attitude we're supposed to have. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to personal growth, we've got to take accountability for our own personal growth.
Yeah.
You know, we can't be waiting for someone to come and hand us the answers.
Right.
We've got to get into this word ourselves, like the elder said, which means spending more time with the book.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was first coming in, I'd done similar things. Sometimes I just spend a whole day, like TV off, no
Yeah.
music, just reading the Bible.
Or you playing music, you got that what's that kind of music? You got your Tchaikovsky.
Yeah,
Or
Tchaikovsky or your heart
Yeah.
music, something that's more spiritual.
Yeah.
But the point is that the more time you spend with the scriptures, the more time you're spending with the spirit of wisdom.
Yeah.
And she's gonna start opening up to you.
Wow.
I
Let's
mean-
get them scriptures, bro.
Yeah.
So like just one more thing.
Yeah.
It's like personal testimony. Like I get ideas about things that I never even had ideas for before, but it was coming from wisdom because I spend more time with the scriptures.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I want to get back into that kind of studying state, but we've all got to do that. That's what
Yeah, and you know too as well, like I was saying, the leaders gotta be on a cultural high level where it concerns the study. They gotta get more into it. But just in general, brothers overall gotta get into it, man. You gotta spend most of your time into it, like you just mentioned. Because there's things you go into, man. Like I was and after I did that, right, I did a lesson showing you how this thing is very true, that the Bible is a heavy book, man. You know, I did a video, because you know, the videos that I get on my channel isn't so great, you know, compared to other brothers. You know what I'm saying? But that's all right, because we ain't on YouTube to be getting no big views. Once upon a time that you come, ain't gonna mean no YouTube. But I'm just making the point, right? After I got done doing the study on whatever topic I was studying, I did a lesson and I got a lot of hits on that shit, man. So I'm just conveying the point that when you get into the Bible and you profess it as you're doing the work, your weekly lessons is going to come out of you. You know? So this is all I'm saying.
To back you up.
Yeah.
Acts 17 and 11 said, these were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness
Right.
of mind and searched the scriptures daily.
Yeah, they search the scriptures daily. Is that the church of Berea you talking about? And that's no like it?
Yeah, that's what he's saying there. Yeah.
Right. So that's what we gotta do. We gotta search the scriptures daily. You gotta get into it. So when you get into it afterwards, now you don't have to be ashamed to get down. Now you don't have to be confounded. Now you don't have to be taught, oh yeah, I'm going on. And it's okay. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, that's all right. Just gotta muscle it through, baby. It ain't nothing wrong with it, man. You know? But yeah, I mean, and you know too as well, one thing about the cold weather is actually good for you, because what I found out is that cold air is more dense, which provides more oxygen to you.
That's good.
So it's not all bad. Yeah, you may freeze your ass off, but you get something good out of it, because the Lord is a balanced power. Yeah.
Precept,
Yeah, please, brother.
This is Psalm 119 and verse 4. It says, thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently.
Right, commanded us to keep, see, that's a commandment, to keep thy precepts diligently. So that means you're supposed to be studying every day. Technically. Let's keep it real. I don't need to say any more on that. Let's read some more.
That's really the main part right there.
Okay, well, whatever it is.
I also remember coming in the street, and I remember the elder gave the order. You know, that time it was free videos a week.
Right.
And I'm not going to do that, but I've said it before, but over time, when you be doing it, it's like if you're doing the videos, one video, two videos, it's like you're gaining muscle memory.
Right.
You're gaining, so you might say, all right, I'm going to watch the news now.
Yeah.
And you watch the news, and then, as you say, when you studied something, it's in your mind now.
Yeah.
And you watch the news, you know, it might be the fires, and then you've got precepts. Precepts be coming to you because you've studied.
Because you study.
So therefore, when you do, you automatically know you're going to do a video on it because you know you've already got the precepts because of what you've previously done,
Right.
maybe even on another subject.
Right.
But the studying or the videos you put out, you thinking that you're putting that to other, you're encouraging other writers, are you? Hopefully you're edifying the church,
Right.
but you also put ingraining the scriptures more deeply into yourself.
Yeah.
And
you know,
can't.
too, I don't cut you,
No,
but no, you make a good point. I'm gonna give it back to you, right? That's a good point. Because how can you encourage other people if you ain't encouraged? You first gotta get encouraged. It's a lot, you know? You gotta get encouraged. You gotta put the spirit into it, and then when you profess it out loud to the public, they'll feel the same spirit that you put into yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Go on, brother.
Well,
You got
yeah,
it.
well, as you said, so you feel a certain amount of passion in what you're doing, and that they say contagious. Passion is contagious. So if you're passionate about the scriptures, and you're putting it into the scriptures, you're reading and it's
Oh,
the
yeah,
spirit
Psalm
starts to
6 and
flow,
5.
Yeah.
and it's ingraining deeply in yourself. But also you always want to be edifying to the. And hopefully because you're passionate and brothers can feel it. They it's contagious for them, and they in turn they may do a video on that same subject too,
Right.
which goes around. You know, and you may look back and say, "I don't get this." As you say, some videos you do, you get slightly just go, "What's going on there?" In the what they call it when you go viral.
Yeah.
So if you get, for me, if I get up, that's viral for me. I don't mind with that. But it's not even about the views, but you still feel a sense of encouragement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
but you know the view. It's not the views that should
Yeah.
encourage you. It's really the Holy Spirit that makes you do the lesson itself, and it's edifying. That's what really brings the encouragement. Fuck the views, because you still play with the views all day, every day, any day. You know? Go on, brother.
Proverbs 9:9, give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser.
Right.
Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning.
So you gotta say to yourself, am I that wise man that will increase in learning? And if I am, you're gonna do what's needed to be done so that you can increase. And if let's just say you ain't in the spirit, to push yourself to that particular point, you go before the Lord in your secret little room and you pray to the Lord, right?
That's right.
You know, that's what you do. And then the Lord will grant unto you of what you prayed for in the earth.
Numbers 6
Yeah,
and 5.
6 and 5.
Numbers chapter 6 verse 5 says, all the days of the vow of his separation there shall no razor come upon his head.
No, love the Lord with all that. I think it's number 6 and 3, right? And then Salaki. Then somebody get me the word of the book of this where it mentions that if you sin, you can leave the Lord, and then now seek the 10 days.
Oh, God,
Yeah. You shall love the Lord all thine heart.
yeah.
And Numbers 6 and 5. Not 6 and 5.
Deuteronomy 6 and 5.
Deuteronomy 6 and 5. There
Yeah.
you go.
It says, and thou shalt love the Lord Yahweh with all thy, let me read that again. And thou shalt love the Lord Yahweh thy power with all thine heart,
Right.
and with all thy soul, and with all thy might.
Right, and all of thy might, everything you got. Why you think the Lord chooses young men and fishermen? Because the young men got all of that damn energy in them, man.
Right.
They got all of that testosterone, that resilience. So the Lord deals with young men, push them through the ringer, and in that they gotta go and study. They gotta go and prove themselves. All right. So once you exhaust all of that energy into this right here, now you can take the stand more effectively in declaring what you do to the public official. All right. Go on, brother.
Can I say something about the Bashar?
Yeah.
I saw something else in the week, and it made me appreciate how fortunate and how blessed I am to have been chosen to be able to partake in this truth, because I saw a bugged out Christian Jake who had blonde dreadlocks and a crucifix on his neck, you know, like they wear them crucifixes.
Yeah.
And he was talking some madness about Christianity and all this bullshit. And I was thinking to myself, look man, that could have been you. You could have been bugged out in Christianity just like him. But the Lord has had mercy on you to give you this small portion of truth, and you was able to receive it. So take, how do I say, be grateful for that, man.
Yeah.
Brothers and sisters who hear this word and can understand it, be grateful for the fact that the Most High has opened you up to this, because the vast majority of the world can't get it, man. So that's another reason why we should be appreciative and not take it for granted. You know, like, because we talk about stagnation, you know, with the little we've been given, we should make the most of it, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I got you.
Precept to back you up.
And that goes in sense of what you just read too. Go on, brother, but that's right. Go on.
Baruch 4, exactly on point, what you said. 27 says, be of good comfort, all my children, and cry unto Yahweh, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you.
Right.
For as it was your mind to go astray.
Sure.
27 again, yeah?
Yeah.
Baruch chapters 4 and 27. Be of good comfort, all my children, and cry unto Yahweh, for ye shall be remembered of him.
Yeah, and ye shall be remembered of him, as we are yet this very moment of time. What did the book of Peter say? That I will serve your pure minds while they remember. So now we have back in memory, back to mind of these things that was once hidden for us. Go on.
Yeah. Of him that brought these things upon you.
Those, what is it? He that brought these things upon you. What did he bring upon us?
Slavery, chattel slavery.
Yeah. And also, ultimately, what did he also do? He brought upon us losing our heritage. In this case, let's continue to read on.
28. For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so being returned seeking 10 times more.
Absolutely. Seeking 10 times more. So that's just said he want a plane. If you want an airplane and he going 60 miles an hour, you still want to fly. But if the plane is going 600 miles an hour, now you're in the sky. You're in a totally different situation. So you got to get into it. You got to be fully persuaded. Like the Apostle Paul said, he said he was fully persuaded. So what the hell do you think he was doing when he was alive? He was studying. You know? He was a well-versed man. So much so that, he took over the whole New Testament. Most of the New Testament most of the New Testament is written of Paul. Apostle Paul. Yeah. So if you really want to get into, if you really want the Spirit of the Lord to really deal with you, you got to put that hard work that you don't really want to put into to get that result. And that's how it goes. Like I said, you could be a nigga that been in this thing. You could have went from being a nigga to a brother, right? And you put 7 months in, but you diligently search the scriptures. Your head is always in the scriptures. And then you go outside and you like, oh shit. Yo, I didn't know I could take a stand and speak these words like this. Paul, what came up with it? It was the Spirit. Because you put so much effort and time into the book which holds the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, and that Spirit jumped on you. All right?
Can I say something as well?
Go on.
The Bible is where you find the answers as well. You know, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to understand the Bible, because recently there was a news article saying that Bible sales have skyrocketed. But how many people can actually understand the book? Yeah. You know, they've got the book, they might hold it in their hand. Well, we've been blessed to have the understanding. Yeah. So again, you know, it's like taking appreciation for these small mercies that the Most High has had on us. You know, because this is the thing. If I didn't understand this truth, I don't know where I'd be. I'd be lost in the world. And it's like
all of us, bro.
What did the scripture say? He that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So we're being called into the congregation of the living, right?
And guess what, brother? We have a live.
Yes.
Can I make a point? Yep. On that same subject, because when you open up on the subject, you're talking about the water and stagnant water, and even you know that saying, Bruce Lee, you be saying, be like water. You know, in way of using the illustration of fighting, and there's another one, flowing water never run dry. You made mention of the stagnant water, how it becomes poison, because it's just still, and stagnant water doesn't evaporate when it's flowing, only evaporates when it's still.
Right.
So
you mean when it moves, water evaporates when it's moving?
No, water evaporates. The point to the actual point you're making, when water is still in a puddle, it evaporates. But with a waterfall, it's always going to be there, it's flowing.
Right.
It doesn't evaporate.
Right.
So to that point, when they, you know, hear about Tai Chi and all that, even the elderly over 80 years old, they be doing all that Tai Chi because that's the philosophy. You don't get arthritis when you keep moving your body.
Yeah.
Less chance of it. So to the point about the water, that's why, as you're saying, to study, to keep on it, stay on it, keep staying on it.
Yeah.
And yes, videos too, but in order to put out videos, you've got to put in as well.
Yeah.
So that's all that flowing water, the flowing that
Well
keeps it flowing.
System.
Nothing.
No, that's well said. Because if you're doing a lot of lessons, right, then you gotta put more into your the spiritual bank so that you got more to say. So now you become living waters. The word of the Lord gushes out as living waters. John 7:38. So again, it's just really, you gotta, like I said, man, I keep saying, you gotta get into it. Just like you get into, you got a woman, you get into it, you know? And the more you get into it, is the more she will get into you. That's how it works, man.
That's how spirit of wisdom is.
Yeah. So fear.
Yeah. This is 1 Peter 2:5. Ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house, an holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by
you
your
gotta be a
Shai.
lively stone. Before you serve your Yahweh Shemel Shah, you gotta be a lively stone. You can't be no dead ass nigga coming up in the cut. He gonna cut you off right from the grip. Because you ain't doing anything to feed the spirit and you ain't live. That's why we live right now. So in order for you to go live and do what we do, you gotta be live.
Oh yeah, this is called the stream. Yeah.
This is called the live stream. So we gotta be live streaming
Streams
too.
of water.
Yeah. See?
Finish your point.
I'm being a bit silly, but brothers,
Alright.
you know, Lord willing, you see what we're talking about.
100%.
To those that are watching.
John chapters 4 and 14 says, Yehoshua answered and said unto her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again.
Yeah.
But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst.
Yeah.
But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing him up unto everlasting life.
Right. So how you gonna be that well springing water if you ain't study? You gotta study, man. You gotta study. Every day you gotta study, damn man. The same way you do a video, let's just say you ain't got no time to do a lesson. That should be a time you should use study. And then when it's time to do a lesson, whenever the spirit jumps on you, now you got something to talk about. More proficient. And then it's edifying to the people that's watching, the brothers and the sisters. And I'm even going as far as saying this may sound a bit to me too. Right? Even the women that's in the truth, really what they need to be doing, they need to be studying the scriptures and reading them same scriptures over and over again and how to be a woman of the Lord. All right? Because you got, this is keeping it being. Like you may have certain, sisters in the truth that may be going off because they're not studying their part in the book. And I'm not saying, study the Bible because you don't really need to study the whole entire Bible. What I'm saying is read the parts of the scriptures where it tells you how to be a good woman according to this truth. And primarily you're going to find yourself in the New Testament.
I was going to add on to what you said on, they may not even have a man to teach them.
Yeah.
So, because obviously you need a man to break it down for them.
Yeah, but then what I'm saying is they don't need to go into no breakdowns. If you're a woman that believes in this truth, you don't need to go into no breakdowns because you ain't got no business breaking down any goddamn thing, and you ain't got no business being out in the street. So don't get my words twisted. I'm not saying women should be getting into the scriptures. I'm saying getting into scriptures where they have a part, where it's actually mention of the part that they have to
Appreciate the backyard.
put in activation. That's what I'm saying.
This will back you up, Elder, yeah? Titus chapters 2 and 3 says, the aged women like, I read 2. That the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness.
Right. So I'm talking about scriptures like that. They should be reading over and over and over again, so that they can understand what it means to be a woman of the Most High. All right. Especially if you got a man. You know how to serve them better. You got children. You know how to deal with your children better. You know?
Order the household.
Yeah.
Preceptors
Not to be out here in this cold ass weather, you know, with your boobs out, claiming, oh yeah, I got something to say, you know, and I could do what a man could do, and you don't even have the testicular to do. Because you got these like I was watching one video, right? These two carpet coaches sitting in that goddamn car, and they've been doing this shit for years. After brothers had already told them, man, they should just put the book down. They still teach. So you know what the Lord is gonna do? The Lord is gonna destroy those women that are out there that they got no business fucking teaching the Bible. The Most High's gonna catch up with y'all, man. You think we don't see that? I'm telling you, man. The Most High got something coming for you bitches out there. See, the Spirit is on me to talk. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about it.
Can I just add to your point briefly? Because the scripture said, surely the Most High will create a new thing in the earth, that a woman shall compass a man. It's funny because you said these women out there saying that they can do whatever a man wants to do. Here's the funny thing, like, you got women who are so masculine now that they want to piss when they're standing up, and men that are so effeminate that they'll piss sitting down.
Right,
you know,
right.
that's the kind of world we're living in. It's like it just
No.
mind.
Yeah, I'm just going to finish this off here because just in case there's some of you are watching that sincere, this may be helpful to them. 2 Timothy 2 and 3 says, the aged women likewise that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things, because you got still some coming on the comment board, even in GMS. That's
But you know what? I'm even go as far as saying this. I don't cut you, brother. I don't mean to cut you, right? But you got certain women, man, you know, that's doing things that they ain't got no business doing. They got men and they on common boards. All right? And like I said, if you don't get your fucking act together, the Lord is going to destroy you. That's all I got to say with that, man. That's all I got to fucking say about that. Go on.
Just two more. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. Some of them claim to have men in the Lord, and they're still not a Lord. Anyway, no, we ain't going on this subject, but just in case it's sincere.
I'm going to touch on it just a little bit.
All right,
the Spirit is on me to touch on it just a little bit.
All right, yeah, go on. Last one. To be discreet, chaste keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed.
Right. Yeah, and that's just the thing. So if you claim to be a believing sister, you gotta do these things, man. Or sis. You know? If you are a sister, if I can call you that, right? So that's just the bottom fucking line, man. And if you ain't doing this, as it says, love your husbands, if you ain't doing that, then guess what? Then you're full of shit. That's really what it is. You're full of shit. Okay? And you know what, too, even the men, too. The men that's full of shit, this thing, everybody that's full of S-H-I-T, they're going to get wiped out the fucking way, man. That's what's coming down the pipe. All right? Now, I said what I said on it, we're going to move forward.
It was on the same topic.
But let's continue to read on, man.
All right, this is 1 Timothy 2 and verse 11.
And you see, I'm laughing, but the Most High may not be laughing.
Yeah.
All right?
I'll read from verse 9. 1 Timothy 2 and 9. In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array, but which becometh women, professing godliness with good works. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority,
nor to usurp authority
over the man, but to be in silence.
Right, because that's out of order.
Yeah.
There was an order that was already set up. The order is that you have the Most High, and you have the male, right, and then you have the female, and then you have the children. That's the order. So when you put yourself above that order, what are you doing? Now you're going against the Most High. The scripture says, rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft. So what is done to those that consent on unfamiliar spirits or familiar spirits? They're put out. They're put out of their mission. They're put to the graveyard. They're unalive. However else you can put it. All right?
Yeah, it says here in verse 13, for Adam was first formed, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
Right.
Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing,
Right.
if they continue in faith and charity, with holiness, with sobriety.
Yeah, because the thing with Eve messed. The scripture says through her we all die. So what was basically Paul saying? I'm going to just say it from as basic as I can put it. He was Occam's razor. Right? He was basically saying on that is that when y'all was leading the way in Eve, there was a lot of fuckery that came out of it to the point where the whole nation had to die. That's the consequence when Eve is put into leadership.
Not precept, I've got an article here which is interesting on that point.
Please.
When you're ready.
No, I'm ready right
I'm
now,
done,
brother.
Alright, because you know you've got the fires in LA. I just looked it up.
Yeah.
It says the LA fire chief.
I know where you're going.
Yeah, LA fire chief is called to be fired by mayor,
Yeah.
but says she's still in her job. So the LA fire chief is actually a woman. What's her name? Chief Kirsten Crowley. So she's the head of the fire department in LA, and now it's under chaos.
Yeah.
And this is one of the reasons why you're not supposed to have women serve authority over men. You know, it's supposed to be men that are calling the shots.
Right. And you know what too? I want to change the topic just a little bit. Look at where Jake is living. Look how they live. How you think Jake got the kind of standard of living they got in the first place? Because they use what Amalek did. One of the Rockefellers, he funded it, right? The women's liberation movement. What did that do? That primarily destroyed the working class people. The working class people were already subdued already economically. But what really destroyed the working class? And it destroyed other households too in the middle class, but more so the working class, right? To the point where the working class hasn't even recovered from this technique, the women's lib. And ever since the women's lib came into existence, women took control of the families in these areas, to the point where you got the projects that you have today. That's why you got violence galore. That's why you got young people getting together, stabbing other young people, and it's been going on ever since the 1970s, right? You know, people on drugs, people selling drugs, all of this shit came when men were without the leadership roles. And it's been the same ever since. And one thing about Eve is that she never learns. She repeats the same thing over and over and over again. And Amalek knows this. The serpent knew this. So let's just, what they did is they got together and conspired. How do we keep these Negroes under subjection forever? Oh, let's just use an old technique here. Let's put the black-ass woman in front and in charge of families. And let's get her away from her man. And then that's how they did it. All right? And when you really check it out too, when you go into these various societies which is led by women, it's a common thing. They're all economically unviable. They're all poor fucking nations, bro. And you know what I've come to realize as well? Every individual that I've seen of women that are single mothers, they always are poor, for the most part.
Yeah.
I'm not that old and I'm not that young, right? I'm in my early 30s, but ever since I've been alive, every time I've seen a single mother, they always look poor. They don't look well-to-do. I'm just keeping it real, man.
Yeah.
This is the truth. Look, Great Millstone is about the fucking truth, and I'm gonna say the truth, whether you like it or not. All right, it is what it is. You've seen it, brothers have seen it, we all seen it, bro. You know what I'm saying? The point that I'm making is just to be basic, we're gonna get back to the scriptures. It doesn't work. Women in certain leadership roles does not work for families. It keeps families weak and destroyed, discombobulated, confused, fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's all I got to say. This is
Reset. Proverbs 14:1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands.
right. And that's all of them. All of them have destroyed their households by kicking their man out. Come on. Let's just look at it from the basic standpoint here. Right? Also let's look at this. Salaki, let me change it up a little bit. Let's look at this. Who does more building than anything?
Men, they do the construction.
They do the construction. all of these houses that you see around us, all of these council estate houses, whatever house it is, these skyscrapers, it was all built by men. So if they have the kind of mentality or the mindset, the knowledge to make all of this stuff, then what does that show? They're more than capable of making their families more effective. You want to talk about the bridges, you want to talk about the toilets that you got to shit in every once in a while. Who came up with these inventions? We did. Right? Where it concerns even the water systems that got to keep going. Who's maintaining the water systems in these infrastructures? It's men. So what the hell are we talking about? All right? Now, it's not their fault for actually believing in this notion that they could do what we do. Really, it was the serpent that put it in their minds to have this way of thinking. To keep everybody dirt poor. All right? So if you want to destroy any nation, just persuade that nation to put their women in front seat. You'll see what happens next. That's what's always been happening. And you know what too? The people that can speak about this the most is so-called black people. That's why we could talk about it so much, because we had the experience of this. And we see it every day. So when Yahweh Shai raises us up, guess what? Even gonna say nothing. We gonna go back to the old days where they didn't have no rights. That's what we're going back to. The only people that can own property or whatever inheritance is gonna be the men. That's what we're going back to. And guess what? Everything's gonna work more effectively. We're gonna have jobs. Because when you go back to the 1930s and the 40s, right, where you had a lot of these so-called black Wall Streets and shit, right? Again, you had these young jigs that had jobs that were able to work for other jigs.
Yeah.
They had schools, they had their own banks, they had an actual economy, an actual house. Again, who's known for building a house? Men are. Right? So again, if you take the man out of the equation, out of the leadership position, you ain't got no goddamn house. Period. Go on.
So Job 39 and 17, because the Most High hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding.
Yeah, they don't know anything. They don't understand stuff, man. They may understand to a degree on certain things, but they don't understand on a wider perspective. That's why we just read every foolish woman plucked up down her house. So if the Lord didn't impart of her wisdom and understanding, then they're gonna pluck their fucking houses down. That's why the nation's in shit. All right. So that's why the Lord is calling men. Unto you, old men, I call. Somebody pull that out. And going into all of that about these buildings and these infrastructures, the men are the infrastructures. The wise men is the infrastructure of the nation. All right?
This is Proverbs 8 and 4. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man.
Right, and my voice is to the sons of men. So who do you see teaching out this word? Who do you see out there living with cold weather? The men are durable for the job. All right, you have the bodily ability and the brains to do the job that the Lord will see. All right, and the spirit that go with it. Thank you. So now let's move to a different topic. We're gonna get back to the topic we studied. Because you get mad at this shit, man. When you see stupid shit, man, you know, you just living with your day-to-day life, and you see shit on the internet or in real life. Hey, sometimes you just gotta get it out, man. Sometimes it's the time to get this shit out.
That's what a man is good at. A man is good at recognizing danger, seeing patterns, things like that. Yeah. That's something that women don't really have that kind of skill for. Right. For example, you could have a woman walking through a dangerous neighborhood in a miniskirt and showing her cleavage and stuff, walking as if she's walking in Disneyland, completely oblivious to the danger. Whereas if she had a man around, the man might be like, looking in the corners like, who's watching? Right. Or telling her to cover up. Yeah. Because that's what men are good at. Men are good at spotting and recognizing danger and seeing patterns in things. So that's why when women, so I've kind of brought it back, you need to bring it back to it. But that's why when women are put in positions of authority, they're not good at making decisions that can lead to good outcomes.
Right.
Usually they make the wrong decisions, therefore you get the bad outcomes, and that's how Esau's managed to keep us in a very impoverished condition.
Right.
Because you've got people making bad decisions which lead to bad outcomes in charge.
And the reason why they always make bad decisions is because they make the decisions by their emotions.
Can't beat rather than the truth, facts.
Right, which is a logical mind. So the thing of it is, again, like you said, this is why we're in the situation we're in. Case in point, look at the Arab. Look at the Arab world. Look at Elam. In certain areas of within Elam, yeah, you got the poor ass niggas among Elam too. But look at the successful among all of the nations. Guess what? They were all reared by men. They were all families reared by men. The successful families I'm talking about. All right? That's all you gotta do. All you gotta do is look this shit up yourself. You don't gotta go by my word. You just look it up yourself. And what you'll find out is that what we're talking about is true, man. It's the truth. And a lot of us came from that world. That's why we can talk about it, because a lot of us came from that. Right? And I'm gonna say this, and we gonna be done with it, man. As well as we know. Right? Single parent households, which is reared by a female, creates poor families. That's it. Now we're gonna move forward.
All right. 2 Peter chapters 2 and 7.
And if you don't like it, then you don't have to watch the video, because we telling you the truth. That's what Great Little Stone's all about. All about telling you the fucking truth. All right?
Says, 2 Peter 2 and 7 says, 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 7 says, and deliver just Lot vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, for that righteous man dwelling among them.
And you know what, too? This is some bullshit, too. I shouldn't have to feel funny speaking the truth, man. I should be able to freely tell the truth. And that's why the Lord is going to destroy this fucking place, man. Right? Go on.
Otherwise, we could have a big part in help doing it as well. Because we really vexed with it. And let me just read. Let me just read. For that righteous man dwelling among them in seeing and hearing, vex his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds.
Right. And I know why you read that scripture. Because this world is unlawful. Everything is so contrary, man. Like sometimes, okay, you know, you get, because I mean, it takes a lot for me to kind of get, you know, angry like this. But I'm not, to be honest with you, I'm not really angry. I'm just passionate. But sometimes that anger kicks in though. You gotta kick in one way or the other. Because there's so much bullshit over here. You know what I'm saying? And then when you really analyze it, these people that were brought up in those situations, they all got traumatic experiences. Every last one of them. They're all sick in the fucking mind. That's why you got all of this shit going on in these projects. Because you got traumatized motherfuckers. Call it what it is. Right? So if you traumatize in the mental, how can you make progression in your life? How can you make, now I'm not saying all the time. I'm not saying all the time, because you got people that do come from harsh conditions and they make a success. But what I'm saying is if there's a better way to do something, then you do it that way. All right, there's an unclean way to do stuff, and there's a clean way to do it. You know, and this is the thing. So this is why the Most High, man, you know, the Lord right now as it stands, he's establishing the men as in the days of old, so that the right information will go out, and then families can teach their children better. And then once the children are taught better, then the children can do better. But when you got a bunch of people out here that don't know better to teach their children anything better, now you got a fucked up situation. And that's what this is where we at right now, in a fucked up situation, because you got bimbos leading the way that want to do what the fuck they want to do, and don't give a good goddamn about the children they rearing up. Now I understand that you got certain families that can't do every single thing, because you know they gotta go to work, they gotta do what they gotta do, right? And it's not all the time you can raise your children. Because you gotta do your thing to hold the house down, right? But I'm just saying, if the spirit of knowledge was in the house and the spirit of care was in the house, the situation would be more better. That's what I'm saying as well. All right? Go on.
Galatians 4:16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
That's it. Have we become your enemy because we tell you the truth? It's about the fucking truth, man. Lies only but last for so long. Lies is why we're in the shit today. So what we need to go by and stand by with what works, not what doesn't work. We've been lying to ourselves for years. We've been under a lie for years. And where has the lie got us? No fucking where. But to the graveyard. That's where it's got us, and I mean that figuratively, and in some cases literally right. Let's read what you got.
This is 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways,
Right.
then will I hear from heaven,
Right.
and will forgive their sin and will heal their land.
And I mean, all of this is a curse that we're going through, man, because you got a lot of brothers that, you know, like you got this stupid saying about, oh yeah, well, you know, Jake don't take care of the kids. There's a lot of Jakes out here, man, that wanna take care of their kids, and even still, you got a lot of Jakes that have been shown to take care of their kids. But what it is you got certain individuals out here that they've been getting with, man, and they just made it like art. So all of that's gonna be done away, because you see, according to the law, the way it really supposed to go, if a woman wants to leave you, guess what? She's without your inheritance. Get that in the law. It shouldn't be the way that it is right now. Oh, yeah, well, you know, you get custody, you get this and that and the third.
With the divorce courts.
With the divorce courts. Right. That's against the nature of the scriptures. The way it's supposed to go down is, look, if you want to leave that man, then you're going to be dirt poor on your ass without his inheritance. There's an actual law now. Because people's lives get affected by this shit, man. People are so selfish and so self-absorbed. They don't get, you know what I'm saying, they don't think straight. Whatever you do has an effect on other people. Especially children, man. We're gonna go into this, and we're gonna change the topic.
Deuteronomy 24, from verse 1. When a man hath taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he hath found some uncleanness in her,
Right.
then let him write her a bill of divorcement, and give it her in her hand, and send her out of his house.
Right.
And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife.
Right.
Let me see.
That's the bill of divorce. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's the one, but she's supposed to go out empty-handed.
Yeah.
She doesn't take the children. She doesn't take half of his assets or rubbish like that, which is what they do in today's modern divorce courts. Because Esau's incentivized these women to separate from their men and destroy their households. And foolishly, the women have taken the bait, and that's what they're doing.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, like, that's against the scriptures. The way that, like you have already explained it, that's the way it's supposed to work.
I've got another precept for you here.
Sorry.
Want it?
Yeah, go on.
This is Micah 7 and verse 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as the mire of the streets.
And you see, the spirit is actually allowing me to talk about this, because I had no plan and idea talking about this, man. I don't really talk about them anyway, you know, because let's just keep it real. They're really significant in the grand scheme of things. You get them 1 minute, you don't get them. It's just, you move forward. It's not a big deal, you know. We used to, you know, we grew up in a situation making it big deal out of them. They're not really a big deal. They just, you know, they're supposed to just be your piece and that's it, man. You know, like I said, you get a woman, you don't have a woman. It's not a big deal, man. You know? Yeah, they provide you with the pleasures, they help you out a little bit, cool. But we live in a world where it's like everything's contrary and their way of thinking is walk. Especially these Generation Z women out there too. With them little ass bodies they got, with them big ass foreheads they got. They all got them big ass foreheads. I'm not saying all of them, but damn near, you know what I'm talking about with the spotlight, with them damn piercings in their nose, looking like they got a you know, looking like they're a bull with a fucking bull ring.
Yeah.
Like the video games we used to play back in the day. Yeah. Some of them looking like Big Bird too, with the long ass eyelashes too. We all remember Big Bird.
I got a precept that you called for. This is 1 Corinthians 7 and verse 10. It says, and unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband, but, and if she depart, let her remain unmarried and be reconciled to her husband.
Yeah, because if she goes over with somebody else, you turn it into a whore.
Yeah.
So if let's just say, it don't work out well, right? She's supposed to be set. Okay, yeah, she's set aside, but y'all get back together. That's how it's really supposed to go, But yeah, man, I mean, like in the kingdom, see, all women, they're gonna be looking good though. All women are gonna be looking 1,000 times better than how they look now, man. Because I mean, like, these women ain't really worth sweating, man. He look awkward as all hell. The trend is awkward. You got grown ass women, man, that's in their 20s, 30s wearing fucking baby gear. That's crazy to me, man. You know what I mean? Like, I know me saying that is it's gonna be kind of, against certain, individuals or whatever, but it's true, man. Like, come on. You grown, man. Like, you a grown adult and you wearing fucking baby gear. That's a bullshit ass trend to me, man. I don't understand that. I'm just playing on cynical, but it is what it is. Let's keep the spirit going with the scriptures. I want to talk this shit.
This is Isaiah 3 and 24. So like 3 and 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
Right.
O my people, they which lead thee, cause thee to err.
Right. That's why we're destroyed. Getting back to the point. Right? Because you got these big-headed ass women out there that's leading over the family constructs Jake, destroying Jake. You got two individuals that's paramount to destroying our people. You got serpent and Eve. Put those two motherfuckers together. Now you got Jake in a very, very bad situation. And that's what's been happening, man. And you see in the kingdom of heaven, and this is why the scripture says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all of those things will be added unto you. Because if, let's just say you have a woman right now, it's brothers got women, and I know sometimes brothers probably be thinking, man, you know what? It'd be best that I be single, to be honest with you. But you see in the kingdom, we're gonna have our women they're gonna be bad looking, they're gonna be tall. They're gonna almost look like models the way you want it. Every brother got a certain type of woman they like, right? But they all gonna look decent, they all gonna have that look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they ain't gonna have them big ass bald heads by the time they 24, 25 years old.
Modest apparel.
They're gonna have modest apparel. They ain't gonna have them little short ass bodies either. They're gonna look like real women, and they're gonna be pleasurable to the sight. And they're gonna please you too. Show my brother your house, stuff. They're gonna be pleasurable to the eye and pleasurable to you just in general. So we gonna have it all in the kingdom. Keep going, brother.
Micah 7 and 7 says, wherefore I will look unto Yahweh, I will wait for Yahweh of my salvation. My God will hear me.
Yeah, and too, to the women that's watching probably, or that ain't watching, that's going to watch later, man, look, all of you women that's in this truth, if y'all keep on with it, y'all are going to be blessed, man. All women are going to be blessed. Okay? Because all we going to do right now is rebuke. The men are going to do rebuke. Women are going to do rebuke, but guess what? The Lord is going to change things around, and it's going to be all good, man. It's going to be all good. I was just, releasing my frustration a little bit, but at the end of the day, the women that believe in this thing, y'all going to be all right. Just hold on, man. Go on.
Yeah, 8, rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall arise again. I shall arise.
Right, and we will arise. Because our enemies have rejoiced against us. But guess what? We're going to kick their ass and we're going to rejoice against them too. And we're going to rejoice against them forever and ever. It says that the saints shall take the kingdom and the saints shall possess them forever and ever.
When I sit in darkness, Yahweh shall be a light unto me.
Right.
I will bear the indignation of Yahweh because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me.
Right. And that's what we're going to do right now.
He will bring me forth to the light and shall behold his righteousness. Last one. then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, with which said unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets.
Yeah. So that's it on that, man. That's it on that. We're gonna go back to the scripture that we was going into the topic of Rome. You know, because like I said, man. I mean, I said what I had to say about the females and all of that, but we're gonna cut that short. We're gonna move into something else. We're gonna go back to the topic that was in the floor. Good luck. And if you don't like it, then leave it. Go ahead. But if you was edified, then that's a blessing from the Lord.
We'll take it. Okay, come.
Yes, it is.
Go on, brother.
This is Proverbs 13:4. The soul of the sluggard desireth and have nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat.
Right. The soul of the diligent shall be made fat. So again, first and foremost, you gotta be diligent in studying and diligent in the work. And then therefore you'll reap the benefits of that. But if you will stagnant ass nigga back, guess what? You will still ass nigga. The Lord ain't dealing with still ass people. You gonna get out of there. You know? That's just how it goes. And that applies to me. That applies to every last one of us. The Lord don't give a shit about if you're in a high position or you this amount of years in. It's about what you doing now, nigga. Go on, brother.
There's another one. Proverbs 20:4.
Yeah.
The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold.
But we in the cold now.
Yeah. That's what I'm bringing it out. Therefore, shall he beg in harvest and have
Oh,
nothing.
he's over there already. Okay, cool. Yeah, I see the box. You going, brother?
I'll read it again. Proverbs 20:4. The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore, shall he beg in harvest and have nothing.
Right, you shall have nothing. Because right now, you got to get it when the going is good. And you got to plow when the going is good to plow. So that you can reap, again, you can reap the benefits. As it is also written, for whatever man sow, that shall he also reap. And he that reapeth through the Spirit shall. Matter of fact, go and get that. I'm going to put you that.
Galatians 6.
Yeah, Galatians 6, and I think it's verse 10. You couldn't get that this long.
Some more precepts in the sluggard, so I should be enough.
Yeah,
Yo,
I
hold
got-
on with
I
that.
got-
Let's
I got
get this.
Galatians, I got Galatians. This is Galatians 6:8.
You
For
got
he
power.
that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption,
Yeah.
but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting.
Yeah, and that's what we want to do. We want to reap life everlasting. So we get into the book of life, then we'll reap that more effectively. And we're going to need that because when the days of death are presented, we're going to be taken care of. We're going to live. If life is in you, death cannot compass you. Just to simply put that. Yeah, so give me them slug scriptures, brother.
Right, this is
And somebody get Matthew, go about the shop, brother. You get to Matthew 25.
This is Proverbs 26:16. The sluggard is wiser in his own conceit than 7 men can render a reason.
Yeah, because the slugger would make excuses in his own mind. Oh, I can't do this because, right? Oh, you know what I mean? Like, just looking for excuses. And these excuses may appear to be true. But when you really analyze it, he's making excuses because he don't want to grow. He don't want to put the extra work in. It's too hard for him to imagine to actually do more work. So he's making these excuses.
And you know what he's not doing? He's not examining himself.
Yes.
The scriptures tell you to do that. So even when you're in this truth, the reason why the hell we're calling this lesson is because we're not perfect. So we
Yeah.
know we're priests.
Yeah.
So that kind of man, he's not even judging himself.
Right.
He's not even checking himself. That's
Right.
what keeps you straight. You remember that scripture. Yeah, we're gonna keep straight. We're gonna wake up in the morning. What am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Am I doing too much of that shit?
Yeah.
Am I not doing enough of that? You know?
Yeah.
The balance, man. You got to outweigh the wickedness, man, with the righteousness.
Yeah.
That's the only way. that we're gonna, along with the faith, we're gonna make it.
Yeah.
To be written into that book.
No, that's a good point, and that also comes with being diligent too, bro, because you continue to analyze yourself, like the officer just mentioned. What is it? Examine yourselves if you're doing the faith. So that's one part of it too. But also what we're focusing on is the studying aspect. You know what I mean? So I want you to get that too. So you can't be a sluggard and study. You always gotta study. If you can study every day, study every day. There's so much through the scriptures, man. Like the scripture says, the Most High's ways is far out there, far away passing out. So you might think, oh yeah, well I've studied quite a bit, but there's never enough to unto the Most High. Go on,
Can I make a point?
I tell you what, hold your point. I want you to get some more precepts.
On the subject?
You're on the subject, yeah.
Okay, come. Bring me something.
Yeah. While you find out, you can make it conform.
No, I was just going to say, just to make just to backland what you said. The more you realize you know, or the more you think you know, the more you realize you don't know.
Right.
I remember the captain said that years ago. Now, it's true. It's true. Okay. You ready to bring it up?
Yeah.
This is Proverbs 6 and verse 9. It says, how long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of sleep?
Right.
Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep, so shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man.
Yeah, because as there's another scripture too where it says that what is it? The sluggard will come to one, right? And he will be how does it go, man? That he will be a servant unto the diligent, something like that. Yeah. So if you want to be on a good level in this thing, man, everybody wants to be in a higher level, right? But I'm going to even put it more better than this. We all want to be in good standing to Yahweh Shah. So what do we got to do? We got to put that work in. Go on, bro.
Verse 13 and 4, the soul of the sluggard desireth,
Yes.
and hath nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat.
Right, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat, meaning to be rich. Case in point, even on the left-hand side, even in this society, you got a lot of people that want to live that lifestyle, right? But they don't have the heart to put the work in that it requires. Like you got people that may look at us and be like, wow, I want to do what y'all are doing, but these niggas ain't studying, they ain't putting no kind of work ethic in to actually become to do what we do. It's just it's just the vision. It's just general knowledge of what they want to become, or it's just visualization, but there's no work to actually manifest that visualization. You know, that vision, Go on, brother. You got something. Yeah.
They're dreamers. They're looking at you, wanting what you got, but they're hating. So you wait, they have a they get up and want to get.
Yes. Yep.
And that is a lot of traits for Jacob.
Yeah.
Jake wants wants the fame and glory and all that and money.
Yeah.
They don't want to work.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about in the world. So like this guy needs to go to work. And this is the truth. You got to work. And that's the same. That comes down to the study.
Yeah.
The scriptures tell you study to show ourselves.
Yep. And he's bringing that out too. That's a spirit.
You it's about getting your approval from you. How about someone?
Yep. I tell you what, let's get this first, and then we'll get that.
Right, this is Proverbs 12 and 24. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute.
Right, but that's the one I want. That's the one I was trying to put. There you go. Yeah, read that part again. That scripture's fine.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 12 and 24 again. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute.
Yeah, so case in point, right? Brothers that's going to inherit the kingdom are doing the work now. Not those that have fell out. Not those that were sluggard and to the point where they lost the drive and went back into the world. No. When the scripture says the weak shall inherit the earth, it's talking about the men that are going to be doing the work currently to the end point. Okay? So that's the thing, and all of those that have left the truth that were sluggers as well, right? They're going to be under us. They're going to be our children's children. They're going to be basically the two girls coming back on the reincarnation. All right. So if you want to inherit the kingdom and you want to be rulers with the saints, you have to, hey, like the saying goes, you got to put your work. You got to get down to the ground.
There's a hierarchy. There's always a hierarchy.
Yeah.
Even in the kingdom, there's a hierarchy. So the men that are diligent, studying, and when your house comes back to redeem them, they're going to be in that level.
Yep.
And the rest of Israel, although they're going to be good still, but they're not going to have that standing.
Yeah.
And once you know this truth and understand that, why would you want to be one of them?
Right.
Why would you want to be one of the rulers, the governing body, the governing the 12 tribes, and the rest of the nation?
Yeah. And you know, I'm even going as far as saying this to even your governors, various politicians and stuff like that. Guess what? You think they job, they go back and they chill? No, they're constantly on the work. They're constantly doing the work that they do. They make a lot of money and everything, but they don't get to really have the time or I'm not going to leisure. That means something else. That means I think it means to read. Somebody look at that word leisure.
Etymology or just normal?
Just normal, yeah. I think it means to read, leisure. It's in relation to the word literature as well. But yeah, I mean, if you look at the people that's in higher positions in this society, they don't really rest too tough. They constantly working, constantly doing it. Like Tony Blair is constantly going on certain programs, giving speeches about, the New World Order and the digital ID system and all of that, which is a thing in regards to the New World Order, right? Just to name one guy. That's what they do. Carl Starmer, he has to do the same thing, being that he's the prime minister of the country. They don't just sit on their ass. They don't just do their job 1 minute and, I got to go back to the crib. No, they constantly going on tours and discussing things, man.
They're on a number of them hard on the left-hand side.
Yes.
The left-hand side is working hard. So we got to work even harder.
We got to work even harder. And you know it too, and the same thing is going to be had in the kingdom. Because when you're a king, right, the king has to always be on point as to what needs to be fulfilled in terms of the kingdom is concerned. He has to always be concerned about what's needed for the people. He has to look towards the future. He has to be forward thinking, and as well as his advisors. So everybody's doing excessive amount of work. All right. So really, what the Most High is doing is he's putting us through these testaments right now in the work. So if we're diligent enough right now in testing, then we're going to be just as diligent, or be able to be just as diligent when we receive those crowns. And plus, we're going to have those spiritual bodies to do an excessive amount of work anyway. That's all I wanted to say.
Elder, did you answer the definition of leisure?
Leisure, yeah.
It says here, time when one is not working or occupied, free time. It says use of free time for enjoyment.
I'd say, well, look up the Edom. Go into the Edom online. Or as you would say in America, the Edom online.
There's nothing wrong with having leisure time, or leisure time. But you have to do what's more important. You ain't got time to be, we promise have to chill out. You know what I mean? You have to kick back sometimes. But the whole point of this is this is the time now. We've got to increase now, man.
Yeah.
We're getting to that time. We're in that time. Things are about to get really stressful. We're not prepared for it. This is that last bit, that race.
Yeah.
That marathon where you sprint, you've been going at a steady pace, man. When you get to that last piece, you got to sprint it out.
Yeah, you gotta go in more. You gotta, like, wearing what's it called? When you're always at the finish line. What's it called?
The last leg.
The finish line. You're always at the finish line, right? Something like that.
Last legs.
Yeah. Going out.
Even in boxing, they say the championship round is when you leave it all in the ring.
No, the home run. There you go.
Yeah,
the home run stretch.
Yeah. Well, to your point as well, they say you want to leave it all in the ring, or in the sprinting or the running. They say you want to give it your all at the last.
Yeah.
so that you know, even if you don't get the L, you don't get the W.
Yeah.
No one can fault you for putting everything, putting it in, all in there. So that's
Hey, and that's a good point. That's what the Lord's going to look at. Did you put it all in?
Right.
Like, every man has his measure. So not every man's going to be as I'll use the word hardcore as the next one.
Yeah.
But it's you do it to your level.
Right. And that's why I wanted one of you brothers to read Matthew 25, because everybody, we understand. Look, man, brothers understand. The heads understand as well that everybody ain't going to be on the same level. But whatever level you gotta use, you gotta, give it all you got on your level. That's just what it is, man. So that this truth can be pushed out there also, and things can happen. It's really the reason why the world is changing as it is, from the worst to even towards greater evils, because this truth. Really, when you think about it. Yeah, go on, brother.
So this is Matthew 25. And verse 15,
Yeah.
it says, and unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1.
I tell you what, I didn't really want you to just read that yet. I think somebody else had a
No,
scripture.
I've got the second, Matthew 25.
Yeah, that's
But
Matthew
you're going to
25.
get leave it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I wanted first.
This is leisure in the etymology online. It says in the 1300th century, laissez or laisseur, free time, time at one's disposal. Also early 14th century, opportunity to do something, chance, occasion, an opportune time. Also, lack of hurry, from Old French laisser, variant of loisir, capacity, ability, freedom to do something, permission, spare time, free will, idleness, inactivity.
Okay, well that's what they got.
Yeah.
It also said lack of what?
It says,
Hurry.
it says capacity, ability, freedom. Oh, sorry, lack of hurry. Yeah, lack of hurry.
And that's what you got to be the opposite. Like further.
Yeah. You gotta be on it, man.
And we're speaking for ourselves. Just putting it out there like we're shit.
Yeah.
We know we got this, man.
Yeah. Hey, shit, even the heads, bro. Like the heads gotta step it up. As much time as possible. Go on, brother.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 22 and 29. Seest thou a man diligent in his business?
Yeah.
He shall stand before kings.
Right.
He shall not stand before mean men.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about earlier before. Because the king himself, he's ultra diligent in regards to the affairs of the society that he rules. Right? So again, going back to what I was going into, right? We're being tested to becoming the kings. So before you become a king, you have to know what it's like to become the king, or to become the officiaries. That's even the word I can use. And in that, you got to be diligent. And that's why we're constantly doing these lessons. We're constantly coming out in the highways or in the byways, right? And we're constantly on it. And if you can go out 2 times in a week, 3 times in a week, hey, go around on that hill. But you don't want to kill yourself, though. Because if you do this every day, man, shit, a couple of things to go wrong.
And even the kings of this world, they have to be trained.
Yeah.
They're brought up in the ways. They're taught the etiquettes. And when they meet diligence and stuff like that, they're taught the ways, man. So we're being taught the ways. And we're being taught in righteousness because the kings of this world are just wicked.
Yeah. Keep going on.
John chapter 5 and 17 says, but Jehovah shall answer them, my Father worketh hereunto, and I work. Because when I read that, I think about Romans chapter 7 says that he's sitting down at the right hand side. Jehovah shall is sitting at the right hand side of Jehovah. So when you think about that in the Christian church, they make it seem like he's sitting down, he's finished his work. But he's actually making intercession for us. But he's still working, even though he's on the right hand side of Jehovah, the Jehovah side on the right hand side of Jehovah, he's still working.
He's still got work to do, though. Yeah, he's got to come back, put in that work to put this place up. You know what I mean? And redeem his elect.
Yeah.
So the work isn't finished even for your house.
And that goes to your point, Elder, about the king. So he's the highest of authority right now. Well, Yahweh is the higher authority. But he says that he be working. And you're under him, you've got Yahushua, the highest authority, they're working. So, yeah, they're perfect, and we can, as someone said earlier on, we may have things that we're in, but we can't use those thorns in the flesh to as an excuse, as you say, we have to examine ourselves. Are we?
No, I'd say yes.
Yeah, well, you made the point.
Yeah.
But yeah, the scripture saying that. So to examine ourselves, are we leaving it all in the ring? Are we, we know if we are or not. And if we, obviously, and even if we're doing that, is there any more? We can ask the Most High for strength to do what?
On that point as well. Yahushua also said he goes to prepare a place for us too. The arrows is we do end up, in those chariots. So you can read it here. It says John 14 and I read from verse 1. It says, "Let not your heart be troubled, ye believe in the Most High, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also."
Yeah, and before we receive what he's preparing us, we have to what? We have to be prepared mentally. We have to get into this knowledge and this understanding first, and then do that which is of that, and continue in those things diligently. Again, going back to the topic of that study. Because as well as it's written in the Apostle, the book of Peter, it says to give diligence to make your calling and your election sure. So if you're just as diligent as you are studying, it's going to show the same when you put it into practice.
Judges 5 and 11.
Yes.
Right, this is the book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of Yahweh go down to the gates.
Right. So we're rehearsing the righteous acts in the land of our captivity. That's what it means, the land of our water. Like Jamaica means, I think it's the Maka, something like that, which means the land of water and wood. Something to that equivalent.
It's like I saw it. Charity.
Oh, it's a charity. Oh yeah, I saw it. See right there, yeah. Call her Lord.
Yeah, Jamaica, land of wood and water.
Wood and water. Yeah, so I mean that's just a way of Esau making fun of us, man, saying that the slaves and Then again, this is why we gotta renounce all of these titles that was given. Go on, brother.
This is Deuteronomy 4, and verse 6, verse 9. "Only take heed to thyself, and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons."
Yeah, so that's what we got. Yeah, so let's go and read 25, Matthew 25.
Matthew 25, 1, this is the parable of the 10 virgins. It says, verse 1, it says, "Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
Yeah, 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. Now,
they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
Yeah.
But the wise took their oil in their vessels with their lamps.
Yeah. Which the oil represents the truth. You know that. Go on, as we should.
While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
Right, they all slumbered and slept. While the bridegroom tarried. In other words, they neglected the oil that they needed. Right? And it's like when you really think about it, you got men that have this mentality that the Lord ain't gonna come back and he ain't doing anything. And I'm really talking about the men that came in that had the knowledge and neglected the knowledge. You know? Go on.
Verse 6, and at midnight there was a cry made.
Right, and at midnight there was a cry made. We're in midnight right now. We're crying onto our fellows. We're in midnight transitioning to the day. Jacob's thing. We're in Esau's day, which is our day. Go on.
Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him.
Right, go ye out to meet him. How are we going out to meet him? Let's get Revelation 14:1, brother. With the quickness. Hey, brother, if you had a Bible, the pages would be sticking together.
Yeah.
I got it.
14:1?
Yeah.
All right.
Revelation 14:1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their forehead.
Right, and what else?
It says in verse 2, and I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters,
Yeah.
and as the voice of a great thunder, and I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps.
Right, and I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. Am I correct?
Go on.
Yeah, so we're singing to you the new song is what it means. Go on.
And it says in verse 3, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts.
Like in the Psalms, it was said that he will sing a new song unto the Lord. I tell you, brother, you get that. He will sing that new song. All right, which is indicative of the, of course, those within the household of the faith, they would return and receive the things in which they lost, be brought back to a remembrance, and they would speak on to these words. All right, but we're going to get there. We're going to move forward.
This is Psalms 14 verse 3. And he hath put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our power.
Right, that's what he did to us. Go on.
Many shall see it and fear and shall trust in the Lord Yahweh.
Right, and many shall see and fear and trust in the Lord Yahweh. Absolutely. So the Lord has put this, put these words in our mouths, and now we're singing it unto you. Let's go back and read that.
So this one?
Yeah, but we haven't strayed from the point because there's a point that I want to make here.
It's Revelation 14:1.
No, when you left off.
Oh, verse 3. 14:3, Revelation 14:3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
Verse 4.
Verse 4. Yeah, Revelation 14:4. These are they which were not defiled with women.
Read the verse where it mentions they follow the Lamb, brother, so that he go.
Oh, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah, Revelation 14:4. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are...
The women represents the strange philosophy, strange doctrine. Proverbs 7 goes into it. Go on.
For they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
Yeah.
These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High.
So those are they in the book of Matthew 25 that are meeting the law. Let's read that.
Right.
That they went to meet the law.
Verse 7, Matthew 25 and 7, it says, then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps.
Yeah.
And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out.
So while we're trimming all lamps, they're saying, look, man, yo, like, I want some of that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? If they can't listen, why would we pass what we know to you when you couldn't get it when the going was good, which was the right place and the right time? We ain't giving you this. Go on, brother.
But the wise answered, saying, not so.
Yeah.
Lest there be not enough for us,
right,
and you. Let me read that again. Lest there be not enough for us and you, but go you rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves.
Right. So when they went to go sell and buy for themselves, literally going to actually find the truth and see it in their own way, that's when the Messiah appeared. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you got to get this thing when the going is right. You got to be taught before, man. And keep this point. Like, you can't be the type of nigga, oh yeah, well, you know, I know this brother, and I know this apostle, and I go back to the old one rescue, you know, so chime me in and teach me. No, we can't teach you nothing. whatever you was back then, you just an afterthought, nigga. All right? What you doing now? The scripture says, he that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. That's what it says. It doesn't say to leech off somebody else for your salvation. Go on, brother.
Work out your own salvation.
Thank you. We're fair in trouble.
Verse 10, Matthew 25 and 10, it says, and while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut.
And the door was shut, just like the ark, man. Excuse me, like Noah, right? Noah's ark. Yeah, I was right. Noah's ark. This building does. It's kind of cold. I'm thinking 100 miles an hour too. Yeah, it's just like Noah's ark. When that flood came and killed people, right? Drowned people, or was about to come, he was running in the ark, and the Lord shut the door. Even though Noah was upset about it, right? He wasn't upset, but he was kind of like, what is it? What could I use? He was empathetic about it. It didn't really matter. They didn't listen to what Noah was saying. So fuck. That's just the cold spirit about it. You know what I mean?
It was cold.
The Lord's cold like that.
Verse 11 says, after came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us.
Yeah.
But he answered and said, verily, I say unto you, I know you not.
Right.
Verse 13, finishing it, watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh.
Yeah, so when you got God saying, oh yeah, well, ain't no ship coming, and ain't gonna be no Jacob trouble like the General Nathaniel once said, he's basically saying that ain't nothing gonna happen. Well, you keep that same mindset. I think General Nathaniel, he knows that the end is gonna come. He knows that Jacob's trouble is coming, but he has to sell that because he sold out. You know what I'm saying? But they all know the deal. They all know what's going on. But I'm just saying, like, people that generally have the mentality where they need the truth because they think that ain't nothing gonna happen, they're gonna be taken by surprise. The scripture says, watch, and as well as pray. Go on, brother. Read that up for sure once again, that part.
Yeah. Matthew 25 and 13 says, watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man comes.
Yeah, because the scripture says, as you just read, that no man knoweth the day nor the hour when the Son of Man comes. That's something else, right? So we have to constantly be on our watch. The scriptures also say, measure the time diligently in itself. So if you went back to sleep and you're slumbering up on the bed, right? You ain't watching for nothing. You back in the world, living it up, going back to the clubs, or you going back to them groves, and I mean that figuratively, spiritually as well, with churches, right? And you don't know what the hell is going on. Nah, man, that's the worst place to be. Go on, brother.
This is Luke 9, and I'll start from 59. It says, and he said to another, follow me. This is Yahushua. He said,
Yeah.
But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father.
Yeah.
But Yahushua said unto him, let the dead bury their dead, but go thou and preach the kingdom of the Most High.
Right. It says, let the dead bury the dead. So those that are sleeping, they're dead. They've returned to being dead, as it is also written in the book of Proverbs. They that remain under the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So we're here for the living. We believe to the saving of the soul. So if this is what we believe in, we got to get more into it. Go on.
Verse 61, and another also said, Lord, I will follow thee.
Right.
Let me first go bid them farewell, which are at home at my house.
Right.
And Yahushua said unto him, no man, having put his hand to the plow and looking back, is fit for the kingdom of the Most
So
High.
that's the second time we brought that scripture back. The second time. So that's paramount. Why we should be studying? Because when you don't study, that's another way how you can fall out. All right? Hey, and you know what too? Hey, you can fall out in many different ways. Hey, you fall out, get kicked out, or you may leave the camp because you did something to offend your brother, whatever it is. Because you ain't studied. If you would have studied the scriptures, you would know how to do it better. All right?
If you ever see some of these men that are falling out of this truth, and you see them doing their thing, some of them come at this and they go on YouTube and doing other things.
Yeah.
And when you see them in their eyes, look at the eyes of death.
Yeah.
There's no death in it. There's nothing to them.
Yeah, but they still out there teaching.
Some of them are doing wreck shit.
Oh, yeah.
smoking weed on the camera and just, they just back and move like they was never in the truth.
Yeah.
You look into their eyes and they're just dead. Yeah, it's like the Lord took everything, gave it to them, and it's just
That's right.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the worst thing to be. Like you once upon a time had the spirit, now that shit the Lord done yanked that from you. Nah, man, go on now. Bubba, keep going, you got it.
Right, this is Sirach 8 verse 8. Despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs.
Yeah.
For of them thou shalt learn instruction.
Yeah, read that again.
Right, Sirach 8 and verse 8. Despise not the discourse of the wise.
Right, despise not the discourse of the wise. Now this is going into something else too. So if a brother tell you to do something that's of higher regard than you are, right? As we are all brothers, but we have the positions for the sake of the order, you gotta listen. Because if you don't listen and you backbite and you're trying to be tough on the situation,
Move that back. Put it on top. No, move a bit back.
All right. And that's another thing too. That's another reason why guys get kicked out. Because if they were studying, they would know the scripture, and they would apply the scripture. Shalom, my brother, you know, fucking stuff. They would apply these precepts, and if a brother gets the people's approval for something, we're just going in the spirit, man. We ain't talking about nobody on anything subjective. You know what I'm saying? We're just talking about certain things, because hey, it may apply to certain brothers, it may not. Whoever's listening. Just gotta take heed, man. Go on.
Sirach 8 and verse 8. It says, despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs.
Right, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs. Especially, again, your heads. They're more familiar with these proverbs than you are, because you do. All right, go on.
For of them thou shalt learn instruction.
Right, and of them thou shalt learn instructions. Get the scripture on the instructions.
One more verse.
Go on.
And how to serve great men with ease.
Right, and how to serve great men with ease. Because if you follow the instructions, the great men don't have to tell you to do anything. You just do it. So you make the great men's job more easy. All right, and if you continue to follow these instructions, you yourself will become a great man. If you continue in these things. That's how this thing goes, man. But if you want to backbite and be tough in a situation, you're just being tough on yourself, man. That's all it is.
It's like you're saying. You said about being great men, and it's like they want that greatness, but they don't want to do the work.
They don't want to do the work. Everybody wants to be the guy on the throne, but nobody wants to put that work. You gotta put that work, man. Go on, brother.
This is 2 Timothy 3:14. But continue in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them.
Right, and also know that whom thou hast learned them. That's why we give double honors to the elder apostles. And there's another way you give double honors to the elder apostles. It's by agreeing with the men within the rank, because they agree to the elder apostles. So if you disagree with them, then pretty much you're disagreeing with the elder. Go on.
1 Timothy 5:17. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor.
Yeah, because they put that work in. They put the work in. They went through L's. All kind of L's. They deserve their due respect. And every brother, right, that put in their work deserves their level of respect. But of course, the higher ups among us. Go on.
Especially they who labor in the word and doctrine.
Right, and especially they that labor in the word and doctrine. So whoever among you is laboring in the word and doctrine, which came once before you, right? You gotta respect it. So if they tell you to do something, you better do it. Otherwise, you'll be coined as a nigga, not a brother. And then you'll just be a follower, an apostle. And nobody wants to be an apostle. Read what you got, my brother.
This is Proverbs 19 and 20. Hear counsel and receive instruction,
Right.
that thou mayest be wise in the latter end.
Right, that thou mayest be wise in the latter end. I'm gonna fall back and let the officers get it and say what I have to say. And Lord willing, you can stay on that topic too.
Philippians chapter 4 and 5 says, as a matter of fact, rejoice in your heart always. Again, I say rejoice. let your moderation be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand. Be careful for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto Yahweh.
Yeah, supplication, man, and prayer. That's how you gain extra wisdom. Just reading the scriptures and that's good, but you've got to pray for the extra wisdom. Somebody get some scriptures on some fucking prayer for the extra wisdom. Finish it. Yeah, no, but
Alright, let me carry on then. Philippians chapter 4, and now I read 7. It says, and the peace of Yahweh which passeth all understanding shall keep your hearts and minds through Yahushua and Mashiach.
That's what we need to do. We need to keep our hearts and minds during perilous times. That's what we need to build ourselves up now. Extra. We've been doing this. We've been doing it at 11 now. Increase the levels. That's what it's about. Increasing the level. Like I said before, every man has his ability. So don't look at another man in his truth and think, oh, I need to be. No, you're not. Know what you're about and do the best to your ability.
James 1 and 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him.
See that liberally? Someone pull that word out there.
James 1 and 5. What's the word?
Liberal.
It says in large or generous amount.
There you go. That would do. Generous amount. So we got that means pray to the Lord in prayer, man. We've been talking about this a lot. Brothers need to really get on that prayer for all these things, to wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding.
It says, but let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven like the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord.
2 points. With faith and unwavering. So you've got to believe that what you're asking for, the Most High is going to deliver. Just the last verse.
James 1:6. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering.
Nothing wavering. That's, belief. What you're asking for.
For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything.
Why is the Lord going to give you, the things that you think you require if you don't even believe that you require it? You know what I mean? So the Lord's not listening to that. Listen, we're called soldiers. Soldiers for Yahushua. We're meant to be, ready, for the belief, sturdy, strong in mind, unwavering, as the scripture just says that.
So that's why I make a point. It's like, if you look at Esau's army, right? For example, World War II. If you look at the end of World War II, when the Nazis were getting defeated, all right, you have the SS, and the SS went around and told their citizens, look, you got to fight. And if they didn't fight, they'll put them to death, man. They were hanging them and put a sign around their neck. This person was a coward, didn't want to fight for the German people. All right? That's Esau's army. So how much more the Heavenly Father? Right?
Remember, so like that, he did Esau's army. There was young men or even children, really. Young men, we'd call them young men in the scriptures. But in this world, so they were wanting to get signed up to fight. That's how much they believed. That was their faith. So that's a good example. If you really want to talk about belief, you need to believe more than them young boys who went to war. How many of them young boys died, man? in World War II. Like 16, 15-year-olds faking the funk, getting into the army just so that because they believed in it. And that was Esau's propaganda anyway, from both sides.
Both sides. All them kids that were in the Nazi army in Berlin, they were willing to fight. So Hitler lined them up, man. You know, touching them, going. No, he was saying, well done, I'm proud of you. This, that.
Hey, that's what we want.
Yeah.
And we want to be there, on, you know, leading in front of your Yahweh Shai and him telling us the same thing.
A few verses on it. How come?
Bring this up first, please.
Yeah,
go on.
bring it up.
All right. Prayer, right? Philippians 4 and 6. Be careful for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication. And by the way, supplication means to beg. Alright? Supplication means to beg. If you want something, you beg. Hey, remember that song? Who was it? TLC that sang it? Ain't too proud to beg. Alright? Well, if you're in this truth and you want this truth, you should be proud to beg.
Hey,
You
listen,
should
man, we're
beg.
nothing.
Yeah, we're nothing.
We're
We said that
nothing.
all day. We're nothing. So we rely on our energy source. Our power is Yahweh Shai. A mediator between the Creator, the Supreme Yahweh. Alright? So it says, be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made unto the Most High. So you have to be thankful for what you've got. Alright?
Hey, just the main point is for those of you that are wanting to increase the knowledge, to become even things like being more diligent, or maybe you want to put more videos out, but maybe your work isn't hard, you get tired or whatever. Things happen, man. We're in the flesh. But like I said before, man, we all have our lots, man. But pray to fulfill yours.
Okay, this is Surah 39, starting in verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies.
So if you're about this, man, it's like the apostle Barton's going into this, man. There's things that the men of the Lord are about, man. And studying, being diligent, and doing the best to their abilities is about. That studying's only going to affect you. Yeah, you get that.
This is 1 Peter 3. This is 1 Peter 3 and 15. But sanctify the Lord, the Most High, in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear.
And that's a reason why study is important. Like we're supposed to be scholarly, right? Can't stand up here pretending that we know the scriptures and then some scoffer can come up just trying to dismantle what we're saying. You don't study. That's crazy. We've seen other men do that. Men outside of GMS do that. Alright? It's not even allowed in this, man. Basically, it's just saying like that. But we've seen other men do that. We've seen other men and that snake vocab creeping up on them, slithering up and trying to stop it. And they don't know what to handle it. So basically, we need to be able to go into these scriptures. Whatever we're answering, there's an answer for everything in the scriptures. Understand that. There's an answer for everything.
This is Revelation 1, verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
Blessed is read it. And Jakes don't like to read. There's that saying in the world, if you want to hide something from a nigger, put it in a book. Niggas don't. And look, That's the culture that they've been taught, man. Right? From our oppressors. Let's just keep it real. But we have to get out of that mindset. Because we've had great people of knowledge throughout the ages, man. That is what it is. So we do have people to look at, outside of the truth, let alone the men in the scriptures. But there's been worldly men that are studious. So it's not like we don't have any examples, of Israelites being studious in scholarly nature. Jake is very much capable. The scriptures say that we're the full of all things, meaning that we're the place and we're the best.
Jumping out here. This is Surah 39:2. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables.
Yeah, that's me. People don't get it. They don't understand the deep scriptures. That's why when people come up, or when they used to come up, when it was that spirit was out there, people just get confounded. Yeah, and when sometimes we read things, it's just plain. Well, it doesn't even require a breakdown, but it's still part of it. Right? But there's deeper things in the scriptures, man. It's just dark sayings, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Parables, dark sayings, mysteries. So plus we've got a link to forget them. You can't just be like this. It's crazy. You can read certain things like that in scriptures, the stories. But if you want to link everything, the knowledge of the scriptures up together and get deeper understanding, you've got to pray for that.
Right. Surah 39 verses 2 and 3 again. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables.
So that's basically that during this truth, that's what you're supposed to aim for. So did it say greatly?
That's alright, it keeps looking on me. He will keep the sayings of renowned men.
Renowned men, the men that was inspired to write scriptures. This is for our learning. If somebody can have
The things from the full-time written for our learning.
That's what this is for, man. This has been laid out for us to get the knowledge before you have a chance. It's all what's in the scriptures. It's for this time we're in now. It's all what's happened. It's for the ultimate time during your house. The men that have been doing this now, they've been doing it before.
Romans 15:4, for whatsoever things are written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Right, for our learning. So we're forever learning. Right? Forever coming to the knowledge.
Yeah.
Psalms 12 verse 6. The words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in a furnace on the earth, purified 7 times. Thou shalt keep them, O Lord, shalt preserve them from this generation forever.
Train like a child. So that's, in fact, it's more. Somebody can this a bit more. Read it.
1 Timothy 4 and 13 says, till I come, give attention to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine, neglect not the gifts that is all. 1 Timothy 4 and 13. Yeah? So start from the top again. Till I come, give attention to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine, neglect not the gifts that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy with laying on of the hands of the presbytery. Meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them that they prophesy. Them that they profiting may appear to all.
Let's think. See how the scriptures are telling you, instructing you to constantly keep yourself in the knowledge. Don't sit back, don't get stale and stagnant. You know what I mean? Because I'll speak for myself and any brother that wants to do it. When you come into this, and I'm talking about older brothers, when you come into this thing, you're not hard on fire, but there comes a time that you will, or you may. I don't want to say you will, but there's a good chance that certain brothers kind of slow down. That fire cools down a little. You know what I mean? That's the truth, and that's why the scriptures are telling you to constantly
Neglect not the gifts that is in you.
neglect not the gift, man. So we've been given a gift of understanding, right? You know, a gift of faith. And without those two things, we would never be able to even want to come into this truth and study in the first place. You know, we have to have the gift of faith. We have to believe in what we're talking about before we even decide to, or before we even go into the art of study. You have something like that?
Yeah, Proverbs 22 and 6. Yeah, I'll go ahead. Yeah, this is Proverbs 22 and 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Yeah. So that's what. Look, if we was in our right place already, that's what we'd be doing. But we're in the world, so our children end up being taught the ways of the truth. But for those of you that have children in the truth, and you've got to be prepared to give your children as much of the truth as they can taste, as they can handle. Because it's like the brother written, the dark sayings. You know what I mean? Some darkness, dark stuff in the scripture. And what, you know, the world or these other religions believe. Try to teach you that you just the scriptures are dark. Alright? The most high is God. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it says how in that scripture in Surah 39 it says how he will be conversant in dark parables, man. But then when you take it to Isaiah 60, it says, arise, O shine, for thy light shall be seen upon thee, man. Because really what we do, because you know, remember the prophets, before there was been prophets, there was no Messiahs.
Yep.
So really, you know, it takes a man of the Lord to shed light on these dark sayings, man. It's dark because the majority of the people that read the scriptures are reading it without understanding, man. But then it's through the prophets, the men of the Lord, which bring the light to the scriptures. Understanding.
and the scriptures say what? Wisdom maketh the man's face to shine. You know, you have it all about yourself. Because you know better than everybody else. And we can say that. In fact, we can say that. No one else that has the understanding of the scriptures. And the understanding of the scriptures, wisdom of the understanding is the most important thing on this earth. Right? People think this book is a joke. You know what I mean? They mock it. They mock the scriptures. They mock the Holy Bible. Not understanding that this is telling you the past, present, and the future all in the world.
Because you're talking about the scriptures being dark, and you need the prophets to break it down. Amos 3:7 says, surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
Why is he going to reveal it to anybody else? You know what I mean? First off, the scriptures say what? Give not cast not the pearls before swine. So the knowledge isn't for everybody. First and foremost, outside of the nation of Israel, it's definitely not for you. Right? This is for Israel only. And not only that, it's for the elect. Of the elect nation, the chosen nation. And then you have the elect of the nation. And only them are going to get the hardest of the knowledge. Because you have great multitude as well, that's what they said. But if they were on the level of the elect, they would be.
Isaiah 33 verse 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
And this is why. This is why we need to step the game up. This is why we need to step the game up. Because, look, we see what's happening. You see what happened in California. That place is wicked as hell. And looks, I love the way it is. This is what we're waiting to see, the destruction of this earth. You know what I mean? When I saw the pictures from space, right? I smiled. Like what I mean? That's what we want. This place is a washing. A washing with fire.
Fire the blender.
Cleansing with fire. And that's hit them motherfuckers hard out. Especially them rich people.
Yeah, Las Vegas,
Yeah. And that's all Hollywood, all that Hollywood bullshit. You know, that's the shit that's poisoning the minds of the people. And these people think they was never going to get touched. You know, they're sitting up in their fancy house and I see that Gina Yashere bargaining about her house. And you've got that, that's your judgment, because you're a fucking lesbian. Because you're part of the alphabet crew, man. Right? And that's the reason why you make it, because you're shitting this media anyway. There's funnier people than you. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm going off topic. I'm ranting. But women ain't funny. Women ain't funny. They ain't got no jobs, man. The only reason she made it is because she's one of them. Say, boys, them people. Let's get back to the topic. Everyone's got this. Right, you go first.
First Timothy, just to finish it off now, yeah? And 50 says, meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy property may appear to all. Meditating is when you read it. People are very, in the Christian church, very efficient readers. Obviously they don't know the breakdown, but they don't meditate upon it.
So, can I make a point?
Yes.
To your point. You're right. They are official readers. They can always jump into the scriptures. They know the scripture, they know the scripture. But the understanding of it,
So when you meditate upon it, you take root. Obviously, you need the 100% truth, which we're privileged to be getting 100% truth. So it takes root when you meditate upon it. Upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that they profiting may appear to you. So it's going to show in your conduct, your action. Yahushua said about by their fruits you shall recognize them. 16. Take heed unto thyself and unto thy doctrine, continue in them, for in doing these things, but in this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. That's why we have to. Now I'm going to just that we're out here in the harbours and the byways. We obviously took it to heart, took it root in us, and we're out here. We teach. What authority did we have? We've been taught by Yahushua. Tell us that's what we're out here in the harbours and the byways, and it's going to save our lives. And anyone that takes heed is going to be of the elect. They're going to be saved as well.
that's the whole point. And we're out here for the elect. We're not to save this thing. We're out here trying to save no one or try to convince no one. Alright? That's not what this is about. We're simply doing the work of the Lord. We're doing our reasonable service. Right?
This is Matthew 13 and 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them.
That's beautiful. It's a blessing. What we have is a blessing, because not only have we spoken to the truth, but the understanding of what's in the Lord. There's a lot of Jakes out there and people outside of the truth that know who the Israelites are. That's the easy part. Right? But knowing the ins and outs of the Lord is important. So we got to keep on striving for that. The mastering the words, mastering the dark sayings and the linking up precept upon precept, line upon line.
As you were saying earlier about his book, and you start to pick it up and read it, you have to have the Spirit in you. 1 Corinthians 2 and 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can they know them, because they are spiritually discerned. But, 13. Start at 9? Right. 1 Corinthians 2 verse 9. But as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which our power have prepared for them that love him.
Yeah, so obviously you don't have the understanding of what's in store for the electors. You can imagine all we like. And brothers, to be fair, some brothers put up some beautiful thumbnails on their videos visualizing the kingdom and stuff. But you got to admit that it's good visualization, but how close is it? We have more in store. Hopefully, that more of that number.
Verse 10. But our power have revealed them unto us by his Spirit.
Right. So remember, we don't know. We know the truth in part. So we can get a visualization. That's why brothers can put beautiful pictures on. Right? But there's still something, that we can't. We've got to get our heads around until we see.
I have not seen
For the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of the power, our power.
The deep things, man. That's what we're talking about. How are we going to get the deep things without studying, man? You know what I mean? So, look, brothers can study, we study 10 minutes a day. Some brothers might study 2 hours a day. Do it to your measure, isn't it? That's the whole point. Do it to your measure. Don't think like, listen, because you can hear this and you think, I've got to this time to get this knowledge. Oh, what doesn't work like this? It's all for the Spirit. You know what I mean? So just build yourself up to your level.
For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of a man which is in him? Even so, the things of our power knoweth no man but the Spirit of our power. Now we...
And we're tapped into that, man. Because, 2 Corinthians 13 and 5 says how our side dwelleth within us. That's why when you read on in that chapter, it says how... So this is exciting, man.
Verse 12. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit of which our power, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of our power.
You hear that? Freely given, and not of the world, and freely given. Right? This stuff is just there for us. The Lord's got the Spirit on you to understand this truth, or to believe it. Get into it. You know what I mean? Just get into it. Do your best to get into it. Get your knowledge up. Alright?
Which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Spirit teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual.
Yeah, but the scripture says the wisdom of this world is foolishness. They think on some level. Whatever they know, they've been allowed to do. Right? A lot of what these devils know is bullshit. Alright? Yeah. We go into Genesis, and that's talking about the creation. That's deep. That's Genesis 1 to 2 is deep. Right? You get these people reading that, and they put in what they're talking about. And they actually believe that everyone was created in actually 7 days. Or sorry, I should say 6 days. He's crazy. Let's finish this one.
Verse 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of our power, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned.
So we are an advantage, right? We're spiritual, and we're at that advantage that the ruler decided to. He said, "Look, I'm going to wake this Israelite up. I'm going to wake that Israelite up, and I'm going to give him an opportunity to build himself up in the truth and get salvation." None of us know that we're the elect, and we're hopeful.
Yeah, this is Surah 19:22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither any time the counsel of sinners prudence.
It's a good point, because I made a point there, and you know, these devils, they're wise to do the evil stuff. They're wise to do it. But we're building ourselves up for righteousness. Righteous knowledge. Because why? Because we're about to enter into a stage where the house of going to come back and start thinking. And the men, you know, we're learning. We're learning how, you know, we're learning about rulership. Let's say that. Let's say that. We've got a good example of how not to rule these devils.
This is Proverbs 18 and 15. The heart of the prudent getteth knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge. Right? Coming to truth, it's a gradual process. You're not going to get everything. You're not going to get, when you come to truth, you're not going to get everything right at first. When I first came to truth, one of the first capitals was GLCC, and they're brought down. You know? They say that the tribe of the Africans are straight. They're completely well. You know? Oh, and Watchman, him and his woman. Yeah, him and his woman. Deborah, his wife. Yeah, Deborah. And Watchman report. Watchman report. Everything else is good information. But the 12 tribes, they're saying that the tribe of Reuben is South Africa. No, the South Africans are Canaanites, man. They were the ancient Canaanites, man, and they were wicked, alright? They were wicked back then, and they're wicked now, man. Hence the reason why they went for apartheid, man. And ever since apartheid is finished, look at the state of it. Alright? And the so-called white man who runs South Africa. Hence the reason why that guy, Julius Malema, in the last year's elections, he lost, man. Because America funded the Democratic Alliance. You know? So as long as this devil is in power, he's not going to have any kind of so-called black liberation going on. He's going to take it out. All right? So when you come into this knowledge, man, you have to be patient. All right? Seek the knowledge of studying the scriptures and studying the videos, but the Lord will give the Spirit and guide you to the right camp. It's His great wisdom.
Yeah, is to back you up about seeking the knowledge. 1 Peter chapters 2 and verse 2 says, as newborn babies desire the sincere milk of the word that ye may grow thereby. Yeah, because when you first come to back up your point, it's like the babies can't go straight to the meat. They have to start with the milk, you know, and then obviously, you know, mashy food, you know, mashed potatoes, the baby food. And eventually they'll be being able to digest meat. They've got to the stage where they can digest it. So when you go up into the food, it's just you have to see. It's only realistic that you do things to yourself. You can't just want to get the deep red. Now if you can, and it's sweet on the Lord, then you can. Yeah. There's only few and far between, but for the most part, you start with the baby food, the milk, a little bit more mashy food, and then grow into the meat, and you're going within your pace.
That's what the scripture says. You got to wean off the milk to the meat. No one's.
You don't feed a baby steak and chips, man. You know?
They'll choke.
Yeah, because they'll choke on it.
And it's too much for them. And look, the darker sayings, the meat of this truth will put people back. stumbling blocks, man. Because you have to get to a certain level of understanding to get over those stumbling blocks. We've got 1 minute.
This is 2 Timothy 2 and verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
Yeah, man. It's not what, knowing what the truth is about, and not adding or taking away, spinning.
Yeah.
You want to be able to answer every question that's asked according to the scriptures. And I'm not saying that, brothers, aren't going to be at that level. It takes time. And it's constantly learning. That's the third time we're constantly learning. That's the point. But you've got to put that effort. Last one.
Luke 21 verse 15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. Alright? And the ones of them that are gainsayers and the ones that resist the truth, you're going to die. Alright? A horrible, agonizing death on your children. Alright? Because we're coming into the time of death. Okay? Even the UK, man. What happened to that little, we were speaking about it over there, man. That Jake, that 14-year-old. Yeah, he got put to death on a bus. On a bus, man.
The amount of carnage we had in 2025 January is crazy. So the Lord ain't messing around. 11 days.
11 days in, man.
And California's on fire. Hey, let's praise the Lord for that.
Yeah, all them wicked Hollywood actors. Hey, James Woods was cheering on the Israelis bombing Hamas and the Palestinians, and then the Lord burnt his house down. You know what I mean? Yeah, he reaped exactly what he sowed, man. He was celebrating death, man. And they're heathens, but there's Israelites among them. Alright? So when I pray for the elect. That's what we should do. Alright? The Lord said what? Jeremiah 11:14. Someone get that. Alright? Jeremiah 11 and 14. Say that I'm not disprove. Because not all Israel is of Israel, no? Alright?
Jeremiah 11 and 14.
Now let this brother, he wants to do it.
This is Jeremiah 11 and 14.
Yeah.
It says here, therefore pray not for this people,
Yep.
neither lift up a cry or prayer for them.
So we're not crying over that guy, man, because apparently that guy was into wickedness. He was there in a car park, he was drill music.
Look, at the end of the day, if you're not on this truth, doesn't matter. We don't care about it.
Yeah, man, and he's better off where he is. Man.
As far as it goes, we care about one's closest to us and the brothers in this truth. That's it.
Yeah.
Right, and those that are labouring. Obviously, we pray for each other. We pray for each other's families. Man.
Yeah.
I'd be wicked if we didn't. We want to. We hope that through our works, man, our loved ones will have salvation.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
So yeah, man, we're gonna close out now. We're going to finish by giving all the praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Rakakudash.
We give double honors to the apostles and bishops of great souls as well. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.